Welcome everybody to Gfinity NA 2v2. I am your host, Grand Extraordinaire 900 guy, writer of ninjas slash Tony Hawk. What? This didn't work. This worked so much better the first time.
This is ultimate cringe right now. I just cannot believe the level you've gone. So you need a I don't know, a Mindori or a shot of tequila or something just to get you off the edge, mate. Yeah, shot of tequila. A bit of salt, lemon, shot of tequila. Whatever. You're crazy right now. We should just talk Rocket League, mate. Let's just go Rocket League. Let's go. It's future Chicago Land Sioux taking on Go Team. Should we look at the teams and see who's playing and doing what?
Yeah, Chicagoland champs. Future Chicagoland champs is going to be Jakar Sampson and Leftical. A good team. I've seen them play before. Pretty good stuff. Jakar Sampson's actually a really good team. Leftical is another one of those kind of...
Cool.
I know, it's great.
It sounds weird.
It does. But yeah, he's one of those kind of like underground sort of really good players that shines when he's needed. And then Go Team... I believe it was Soldier of War. I didn't see who else the Gfinity admin put in there.
Sucker Skiller.
Two guys I'm not familiar with exactly. So we'll have to see how they do.
So I bet you bottom dollar your money's on Chicagoland champs.
Uh-oh.
Crossplay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Did they forget?
Are you on crossplay? No, I'm pretty sure I'm good.
Let's go ahead and remake that lobby real quick.
What about you? No, you're not. Okay.
Probably
right,
not. I'm going to double check because I get
tilted.
tilted.
Yeah, obviously you don't play with PlayStation boys. Or Xbox. Good start, Ninja. Absolutely
good start.
Fantastic
Excellent start.
Shout out to everyone in Twitch chat right now.
Heck yeah.
Any of the Aussie boys a little bit bored coming in, as in it's 9 in the west, 11 in the east, so perfect timing for the Aussies to watch a little bit of American play.
Indeed, indeed.
This is going to be interesting.
Liza, if you don't mind, let them know that the new lobby's up to our Gfinity admins, the lovely Gfinity admins, of course. Dr. Skiller is in the chat, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. We will try to not roast you too much simply because you're in the chat.
I'm going to roast the hell out of you.
You're gonna oh boy.
Like
here we
Sunday dinner. Here we go.
We're just waiting for everybody to join in right now.
No, you'll get a good call, mate. It's all good. Don't worry. Just give us something amazing to call and you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It will be tough. Against some pretty good teammates, guys. So you do have your work cut out for you for sure.
He's having a laugh. Good man. That's good. It's good to say that they can laugh it off.
So, future Chicagoland champs, that's in reference to the next Chicago LAN that's coming up. I'm doing this off of memory, but Hanzo and Dpants with Mad City, that's who it is, madcity.gg, are putting together another event. I don't have all the details in front of me. In fact, the last I heard, that was all we had. I don't think there was a prize pool mentioned. If anybody in the Twitch chat can let me know or let us know what the prize pool was, because it's just slipping my head right now. Too much stuff in my head as it goes.
Isn't it usually £100 prize pool?
Yes. Definitely. We're just waiting on Go Team to jump in here. There's one. That's Skiller, who is in the chat.
Skiller. Ducker Skiller 12. Okay, so it's crossplay. So I would say Go Team is the PlayStation, and no, what am I talking about?
This is going to be
Xbox.
Xbox. Yeah,
it's Xbox. These guys are Xbox boys.
It's our Xbox. Yeah.
Yep. That's it. And funny enough, who was it? It was Gumsky's team. I've forgotten the team name. They've converted. Like, he's been chatting to me lately, and he's a bit of a fan, right?
Right.
And he's told me lately that goes, well, we want to step up our game and have a crack at RLCS. So they've all gone out and brought PCs.
Doesn't really surprise me. And I've heard from a variety of people who come from console to PC that they think it's easier. It's so much easier that they've actually ranked up by a ton. And it's not necessarily because of level play; it's just because of how much smoother it is. So, kinda
Yeah,
interesting.
well, like generally there's input lag that they're playing on. Like I've had experience with the PlayStation, probably not the Xbox. So I should really go and play with an Xbox and see how it is. But the input lag between your decision when you're making on your controller versus getting to your digital TV is a real issue. Now, if you go one of those old style TVs, I think input lag's non-existent. Like it'd be like playing a PC, but no one has those these days. So there's a real big problem with that at the moment. I think we're going to get a game here.
That's actually something the Smash community does. What happened?
One joined and
That's
left.
okay. No, they're supposed to. Everybody's here.
No, they joined and I was almost about to get going. Unless that's a hot fix that's gone.
No, it has not been hot fixed. Guys, in the chat, if you guys have any suggestions as far as levels go, please let us know. As Leftical from the kickoff. Okay.
30 seconds, eh, Ninja?
That's all you need sometimes.
Leftical.
I couldn't even.
Left it goes. And I've just been told it was Legends United comes to his team. So
okay.
look out for them in the next qualifiers. I actually really like what I see from them, and I think they are playing tonight. I have to double check the bracket, but let's just essentially get into this game. Jakar, the ball with the dribble. We do expect some dribble play. Two's an absolute monster. A different game. You get two players up, quick rebounds can happen, but it's all about how accurate you shoot on goal and those second, third efforts from the players, making sure the recovery is right on point. Leftical now up the wall, looks to go. That was Sol, that was on the shadow. Didn't get across enough. First an issue right now. Gula. Interesting movement forward. Leftical getting up, have to save. He had some time as well to work off the wall. Just throws the car at it. Lets Jakar Samson that is, have a crack, but it heads down wide. And for the moment, that's an opportunity. It's gone. And a block from Sol. Big.
Yeah, Sol just came in. The nice defensive rotation to just read his opponents and make sure that goal did not happen. Skiller takes a shot, and Leftical clears it away.
Skiller off the backboard. Leftical sets up. Here comes Jakar. Wrong side of the ball and hard angle to achieve. Sol just to hold this up now on the wing. Tight at the moment. Jakar downfield. Looking again, solid defense for both teams. Are well set on point here. It's going to take a bit of more of a power shot or even a second opportunity off the backboard to get a goal.
I would have to agree with you there. It is tough to do in twos, obviously. I'm sure some of these people are much more used to playing threes, but a whiff there. Leftical is up for it. That is a breakaway play, and it will go in. I like this right here. Leftical just grabbed a little bit of boost and went for it. Sol could not get back, and I think that's what you were going to say, Bison.
Pretty much. You read my mind.
Did I? I see. We're on the same page, man.
I looked at that little decal that we saw on Sol's car. It's pretty hot.
Let's find it.
Is that a red decal?
That's Skiller. That's a pretty cool decal, 20XX. And pretty sweet wheels, Chad. I don't know which wheels those are, but Sol with the dunk.
Got like bubbles all over the car. I'm fascinated. Anyways, have a look at it. He charges away from the back line, so patient in the midline here because Leftical has started to gain the control. But if anything, when you're in front of goals, just get rid of the ball. Look, don't try and take control because if you don't get it, then that happens. A dunk happens or someone just tees it right off you, and it's not a great look at the end of the day. You don't want to get that looking on stream. Anyways, they'll get back onto it. It's 2-1 the score at the moment. And Chicagoland champs in front at the moment. And see if the Go team can get going. Sol and Skiller sort of a slow start to start it. Sol down forward at the moment. Leftical doing a defensive clearance. Sends it right back to his forward lines. An opportunity to set it up wide now. No one's here in the middle, so it should be a shot from Jakar. Cutting across Sol. Beautiful. Now gets the clearance on. Skiller with the chat is held up by Leftical. Samson. That is Jakar. Second effort off to the wing. In the corner as well, Leftical. This will be a hard shot. Looks to gain control. Does. Now pops it up. It's going to...
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh!
For the own. House is not in.
What?
Leftical looks to try and turn the angle of the car and backflip it, but it doesn't pay off. Jakar still with the pressure on.
How?
Through there with his shadow. Sol out. We don't know how. Well, we do know how. No one could hit the damn ball. It comes back out the moment. We're under 2 minutes, Ninja.
We are under 2 minutes. Leftical just kind of found himself in an odd spot there on that last offensive play. Just at the goal line and just couldn't do anything. He had no momentum. And that's why, guys, you give yourselves a little bit of space.
Jakar pops and plays. He's high here. Grilla. Play come off the wall, and that was actually a pretty good shot at the end of the day. Leftical forced to save. Sends back out now. He has a chance here. Grilla's going to have the shadow line, able to stop the ball holder in his tracks to pop out. Jakar coming across on the pocket there. Tough game as the intensity starts to pick up. Leftical realising this ball not in a good scope, but defence hasn't attacked, and this is sort of been the real issue for Go Team. Their defensive clearance work hasn't been on top, and that's why Chicago Land Champs are in front at the moment, but 1 goal differential definitely could be brought back.
Yeah, and you're right. It's that defense. They need to be a lot more aggressive on the defense for sure, much like they are not right there. Wow, Jakar Sampson just coming out on this.
Well, both players got up, didn't get in the line of the ball. It comes back out for the rebound over the top. Jakar grabs the angle, slots it home. That's the third. Under a minute, and 2 goal differential. It'll set them pretty in good states for this one.
I'm thinking that Soul and Slipstream are just trying to get more aggressive on the offensive end, and while that's okay, you have to be able to rotate back on defense, and that second man is just too far forward. It looks like they're playing 3s when they should be playing 2.
Well, it's sort of hard. There's no real proper 2v2 meta. And Jakar,
wow,
another crazy angle for the man. But he just had time here. And again, he's been given too much time. It's an absolute gift. He pops up, uses the corner, waits for it. No one challenged on the drop, and typically you'll see a defense send one out and block that, or the 50-50. Not represented by Go Team then.
Yeah, that's just the one thing that they're going to have to do. I like this little fake kickoff, though, trying to stop the ball, and Skiller could pick it up. But no, Sampson way on this, and they need to get aggressive now, at least for some momentum for the next game, as this is a best of 5.
Uh-oh. Yeah, and that is punished by Leftical. Absolute blunder there coming out from Sol. And I said I didn't want to roast him, but when you're not clearing the ball, easy clearances like that, it's just a stat going down on the page, which you don't want to have in your name. At the moment, 5-1, and it's because of errors.
A little bit of rotational errors, little things. But with a team like Leftical and Jakar, you know, they are claiming themselves to be the future Chicago Land champs. So they got to show it off a little bit, right?
Yep. All right, well, they're not going to contest any more of the ball. It'll be the future Chicago Land champs for the first win. Best of 5 in this quarter.
Best of 5 indeed. These guys are ready to go, too. And there really isn't a ton.
Is it best of 5 or is it best of 3?
No, it's best of 5.
Best of 5 in semis.
Best of 5 in semis, yeah. No, it's best of 5 in quarters as well here at Gfinity. But yeah, I mean, Soul and Skiller, I mean, they're playing quite well. Let's face it, they are playing pretty good, especially against a very, very strong team. So, like I said before the game started, they were going to be very challenged with this team. And this will be the time for them to learn, Biza.
It'll definitely indeed. It's when you come up against more harder opponents is where you go, right.
Yeah.
This is a really good practice in the second to third match, knowing that you've got to look a couple more to go is to make the changes now. Like the first game, sit back, identify the problems of what happened. The defensive clearances weren't on. They didn't challenge on the 50-50s, and that's where the struggle was, I believe, for these guys, for Skrilla and Sol. But they started to move really well when they went forward, and that looked really promising. That's what they need to bring into this match. Just make sure the 50-50s are challenged.
Let's see if they'll be able to do that here in Game 2. Like we said, this is the quarterfinals, as Chicago Land champs trying to move on to the semis here. But Go Team, let's see what they can do here in Game 2.
Leftical sends this one up, looks to come down on the second, but they...
Oh!
Jakar! That is an aggressive twos play. That's what we like to see.
That is really, really aggressive twos play. Leftical throws it off the backward, nice and easy. And Jakar Sampson just follows it up. I mean, there really isn't too much to that, other than the defense was a little bit slow on the uptake. You got to really attack those kind of things.
Well, Leftical was trying to get the second touch on the reverse and bring it. It would have been a nice goal. It's hard when you get it the first because you play it off the backboard. Then the second touch doesn't happen when you're just seeing the thirds coming through. It's pretty much maybe a 20% ratio of actually saving that one, just by putting your car in the air and hoping the guy hits you with the ball. But regardless, it's a tough shot to make, and they make it. Leftical, oh, he's planning this one out. Does get the Sol rolls it in. He's trying to clear, but instead he rolls it in.
Ouch. Feels bad man right there. As Leftical just got a great touch there, but Sol could not read that well. I mean, that is a tough one to read for sure. Skiller and Sol putting their hearts out there, though.
And Skiller in chat just chatting away while he's playing. Settle down. Focus on the game, my friend. He's going to get a chance here. He will put it in. There's the first for the Go team in the second game, and it's what they needed, a response.
That's exactly what they needed. Leftical just got a little bit of a whiff there. Got a little excited, trying to get a decent clear off of the kickoff, but, you know, it is what it is. 4 minutes left. Anything can happen.
Shout out to Hanzo Huntori in the chat. Good night of RLC and pretty much everyone that plays Rocket League. Love the man.
What?
Retweets everything as Jakar comes through. Sol just not making the clearance. And we talked about defensive errors. They still haven't put a place in the rectify here. What is Sol doing?
Sol kind of, you know what? Sol panicked on that one. He was back at the boost and he didn't rotate back into the center of the field, which is what you got to do. You got to do that immediately. Learn that at ML Doubles. Hi, Shanghai. I see you. But yeah,
King Wizard. Hello, King Wizard.
King Wizard is also in the chat. Thank you all for stopping by. But we do have lots of time left. Sol's crossing this in front of his net. Very dangerous. But like I said, they are learning on the defense, and it's good to see it.
Skiller sends one out left. Leftical. Well, there's a pun if there ever was. Not able to get the touch there. Jakar brings this down for Skiller. Now into the pockets. Well, interesting pinch touch we'll put in front of Sol with a golden opportunity, just flipping the wrong side and not connecting now. Jakar with the runaway ball, looks for his teammate Leftical.
There it is.
Popped in the middle, and now a chance for Sol. Needs to get Skrill into play. He's a little bit hesitant here. He'll go for the second. Jakar with the block. Leftical now sending us forward to one. Well, it'll be Jakar taking on Sol. Sol will make this on the backboard. The correct play. Don't let it go in front of the goals. Challenge it before it gets there. Skiller.
Oh, what a read.
Well, there was a gap for a reason. Jakar was charging at Skiller. He wasn't sure what to do in the midfield there.
Yeah, you can see Skiller. He saw them. That Jakar was going to be coming. He tried to flick it up and over, and it was an okay flick. Wasn't the best, I'm sure, but Jakar read that quite well and just slams it home. It was a good idea. You can see Skiller and Sol trying to change it up a little bit, and it's a good thing to do for them to do that.
Oh, Jakar coming through. We're looking for the fifth again. Defense being held up. What's a worrying sign right now is a 5-1 scoreline in the first game. It's 4-1, and we're not even halfway down in the second.
Yeah.
More shots coming forth as Jakar and Leftical start to get super aggressive on the line of attack. They're back in the D right now. Sol with a chance. Brings us across. A little bit too much power on the car. Will go far side.
Jakar luckily found himself.
A sharp angle.
Yeah, it was. Jakar found himself there. Luckily, great defensive rotations coming out from both Leftical and Jakar Sampson.
Leftical playing this ball back. Sol doesn't get the second. Leftical now playing it himself. Looks to lift the ball. He does. Skiller. Oh, the wrong movement on the controller there. Just flips out instead of going up. And then goes right past.
Yep.
There's the goal.
Yeah, we'll watch this from Skiller's point of view. He had the right idea, and honestly, he didn't give just quite enough space, I think, for the attack, to time the attack. But good shadow. That's what I'm saying here, though. You know,
you
Go
have
team.
To play the shadow, don't you? Like,
sure.
It is practically 1v1s in this game. That
was a pretty nice play coming out from Skiller. But here's the thing with Go team. They're there. They're making a lot of the right moves, except for that one. And they're putting themselves in okay spots this game so that you can see that they have improved, although the scoreline may not show it, as Leftical gets a great touch here.
I don't like what Leftical was doing. He sort of went up off the back line first effort and then went the second as well. Reset himself using the car angle and found the boost correctly with the mechanical skill of turning. It's sort of something that what's really worrying for Go team coming into game number 3 is they've got a team which is probably probably got a bit of more mechanical skill level than what they possess. At the moment, Sol and Skrilla haven't been convincing when they take the ball on their bonnet. They do get forward, and they do look to set up, but it's just those finishing touches which they need to start to improve on. Third game will be interesting.
Oh, Sol just baiting, just baiting the ball to go in as it bounces off the crossbar there. Jakar and Left Goal definitely going to try to go for a Brazil here, I'm sure.
Oh, come on. It has to happen.
Wow.
Not like that.
Okay.
Wow, Jakar's mucking around. He just hits the ball, and then he sort of flies himself at it, faking everyone.
I didn't know, the fake master dude with the nose was here. That was a weird one. Kind of worked out. I don't know if Jakar Sampson actually meant to do that for sure.
Well, it's Brazil. What's a Brazil hype? Can I get a Brazil hype?
Are we taking the train again?
I thought that meme was over. It was done a long time ago. It's gone. But Brazil almost finished. Well, they're up, Brazil. There's the hype for you, ladies and gentlemen. Ninja can't do it. If you get overtime, you'll hear something amazing from him if you've never heard him say it before. The good old Tony Hawk style. Skrilla with the challenge there. Leftical holding that one up. Sol now forward to the corner. Leftical lets this one go, but there will be challenge here, the 50-50. Oh, it's not bad by Sol.
Yep.
Doesn't set for his teammate, and I wouldn't be expecting an aggressive attack right on the line there.
Oh!
Now that is an open line, and Sol misreads the whole opportunity, and Jakar, he goes straight to the woodwork and out.
Yeah, Jakar had a great dribble going there, and both Sol and Skiller trying to scramble back and touch the ball at the same time. Very dangerous to do, and also very, very advanced. So they haven't given up, and they're still trying. This is the time to learn for them, and I think they're just great sports for doing it.
Jakar and Leftical just letting the ball roll out. The shadow play, and they'll take the second game. But this time they end on a Brazil. 2 goals more than the first. Good signs, I suppose, for a Go team. They've got a goal in every match, so they are challenging. They are working hard at trying to put a play together. But the defensive mistakes are very, very much present as they were in the first. And if anything, if they watch this stream back, it's constructive feedback for them to improve. I reckon they did make a couple of the 50-50s, which was good. Now it's all about setting the play up and just making sure that you put those opportunities in.
Exactly, and that's the one thing that they're going to have to do is just watch the replay once it gets posted. Should be pretty immediate, but we're trying to give you some constructive feedback for sure.
Anyways,
well, yeah,
he's listening and watching anyway.
I don't know how he can concentrate while having his own stream up. Not his own, but you know what I mean. The stream that he's being commentated on, in a delay, of course.
He loves it. Okay, well, game number 3 as we get away. Jakar and Sol in the middle. And looking at it, 60 pounds up for grabs tonight, Ninja Rider. So, it's official right now. Skiller. Up he goes. Sol with the touch out to the angle will give Jakar all the line and all the time to go down. Leftical teaming up with a combo, but held up Skiller. Not bad. Sol brings it out to the midline play. Leftical with a chance, but not able to control. Pops up Jakar now out to the corner. Works this inside. Leftical. Oh, the train. The angles. Beautiful, Leftical.
Very nice here. Jakar just kind of throwing it into the corner, realizing that there wasn't going to be much defense there as both teammates from Go Team have were just committed on that defensive play. But, I mean...
TP, eh?
Yeah. Oh, I guess it's prime time players.
Back off. Oh, they haven't worked it. So you know how a fake off typically works, yeah?
A fake off? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah. So a player charges up, misses the ball deliberately, which means someone will strike straight on goal. As Leftical gets the second goal. We'll just have a look at Leftical and then we'll continue to explain the fake off.
Yeah, this is just a solid solo play off the wall. Skiller was there. Oh, the feels backflip. Maybe he thought he would be up in the air enough, but unfortunately, no dice here. 2-0, less than a minute gone.
So you hit the ball straight at the opponent's defense, and the other. Well, obviously the guy who does a kickoff misses it, but what he does is he hooks out wide to the boost pad and then sets up with the angle. Now the goalie's meant to actually send this back out to the side. And then gets redirected back to a backboard play or straight into the goal for a goal.
There it is.
There's the first goal from Skiller.
Watch this right here. Nice
I'm
solo play.
I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
Nice solo play right here in the midfield. Had to recover. Good recovery. Kept his head about him. And Jakar couldn't get back in time. He was off camera, off screen completely. Now we'll probably see the future Chicagoland champs step it up a little bit and might have to break out the swim trunks again.
Well, if it goes by the pattern right now, it'd be 9 goals they'll score in this game. But I'd like to see if Sol and Skiller can actually be competitive, get themselves a second goal, and put themselves in the lead. Really challenge. Make sure they go to the fourth and give themselves an opportunity. Jakar pops to the middle. Skiller has the red. On to it. The next touch, leftical. He has been dangerous tonight.
Look at this right here. Leftical gets a demo. Skiller left alone. Sol just cannot get there in time. The redirection, cherry pick, whole 9 yards. Leftical 3-1 now.
Well, we have talked about his play and how aggressive he gets forward. Jakar just giving him some really good supply of late. Skiller with a chance. Sol's up an aggressive line here. Leftical. Pinch clearance, back to D. Sol working out for the boost. The ball not in his sort of sights, and well, Jakar, ambitious if anything, looked for the opportunity. Left to go with a challenge which clears far side. Sol will have the drop here. 50-50 works. Now this is setting down forward. It's wide at the moment. Sol needs an angle. Left to go beats him to the ball. Skiller sends on its way. There's 2 up. Just needs to guide this one in. Oh, he's gone into the backboard. The opportunity gone begging, and the quick rebound. This ball will just roll its way. Jakar's going to make it happen. Oh, no, it's not. He's going to whip past, and Skiller saves.
Yeah, Skiller there found himself just in the nick of time. Like that clear attempt from Sol, but left the door open, and of course Samson will walk right through it.
Yeah, we're just expecting this. The second, third efforts coming out from the Chicagoland champs. There's sort of been real defiance on the forward pressure. They haven't let any easy ball out. Like, you have to work hard on the clearance. You're going to make it 50-50 just to get it out of the defensive zone, go team. And again, this one's going to be going back in. There's the 5th. Oh, it's looking scary, isn't it?
Yeah, well, if by scary you mean very, very tan, yes, it does. We haven't even hit halftime, and it's already 5-1. This is tough. This is tough to watch a little bit.
I don't know. Is that an American thing? Very, very tan.
Well, I mean, if you're in Brazil. Oh, wait, Brazil breaker. It might happen. Oh, the rotation didn't come through. Skiller couldn't get there in time. Oh.
You've totally lost me, man.
Well, if you're in Brazil, you're going to get a tan because you're on vacation. Hello?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I get it. It's just, yeah. Anyways, they're getting one step closer. I'm getting more tan as the day goes on.
That's because you're in Australia.
Yeah, well, I'm in probably the most exposed part of the world in Perth. It's pretty much got no UV protection. You go outside, you get pretty much tanned and burnt straight away. And then you get burnt in winter.
You need
that? You get blue skies and burnt in winter.
You need sunscreen in the nighttime for you.
No, that's
so exposed.
Even the moon burns us. 6-1 score at the moment. Ninja loses himself as Jakar gets forward. Looks to put in the Brazil. Leftical. Well, he's actually blocked him. Skiller now coming out. Sol's forward looking for the redirection.
Nope.
Skiller charges. Jakar has this now. Leftical. And he's got boost. He should be able to go here. Sets up for his teammate. Jakar gets up. 50-50. Almost there by Sol.
There it is.
It results in a high play. Sol's going to have to go in. No, there isn't. Oh, no. Oh, the good old caster's curse there, Ninja Rider. You called it way too early.
I totally did. It was a great defensive clear, though, using the backboard. There's a train. I was doing a training pack for that last night.
Leftical.
Oh!
Jakar! Well, we saw Leftical getting up for this, and we're thinking, oh, he's going to do something magical coming up the backboard. But Jakar's just hanging out, going, nah, this is mine, bro. I'm taking this one. Nice goal. We hit the Brazil. I'm definitely tan.
Tips the hat, and he's ready to go to Brazil, everybody.
I'm flying this time, okay?
You're flying? Okay, good.
Good. Concord Express.
Ooh. I didn't realize we were going high class there.
I didn't know if that's thing. The Brazil's going to be broken. Oh, we're gone. Wow, just as quickly as we went there, we're out. We're out of town. Back home, but the scoreline, I told you, the momentum of the game and how it's all panning out. We're going to look at a 9-1. It was 5-1 start,
Yeah.
7-1 in the second, and 9-1 will be the way this meta goes. So one more goal, guys, and don't get any more. I don't know what's happened to Ninja.
That was weird. Everything okay?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah. That was very odd. Had a touch of a glitch, but no big deal, I think. 8-1 here.
40 seconds.
With 40 seconds said, like you said, Seoul going to take advantage of this open net right here. Wow.
Well, that goes against everything. So they finally get their second goal in the game series, and Seoul connects, which is a good touch at the end there. That's sort of what they've been struggling to do. They get forward. Yeah. They've got over the back a couple times, the boys of the Go team, and it really has been sort of a struggle to connect and finish to 1-0. But that was good by Seoul. It's good. It's good what we see.
We're going to watch from Skiller's point of view here. Found himself in an odd position. Seoul went for a save. It didn't work out. Now, they're both double committing on this. Kind of panicking. I don't know why. I mean, really, with 20 seconds left.
Oh, the 1-2. Jakar.
Oh, that was kind of...
One of the upper 90.
It was kind of... It was kind of satisfying the way they gracefully went up there like that.
I would have liked another pass because he was up for it. He was ready, going, yeah, give it to me again. I'll finish it. But he went for home, and it was just a little bit too wide. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago LAN champs. The boys will be going through to the semi-final. Go team. Well, that's it for tonight.
Yep. We will be seeing Chicago LAN champs, or the future Chicago LAN champs, technically, in the semifinals. We're going to go ahead and go to this overlay here so you can see our pretty faces.
Oh no. It's Tony Hawk, everyone.
I mean,
give him a clap.
Yeah. Oh,
I can't see what you're doing.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just doing 900s, Biza. It's okay.
I'm just gonna watch and delay the stream, see what happens.
All right.
Can you get Can you get a skateboard out and do us a trick?
I mean, sure.
Like, I want to see those 900s, like, properly.
Yeah, I can totally do that. Yeah.
That sounds so convincing.
Doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. Okay, well, look, as we're waiting and we're bantering, the next game coming up, the semi-final, is Purified Drinking Water taking on Curve Ball. What's your thoughts on this one, man?
No idea. I need to get the overlays all set up here.
We're staying on, aren't we? Why not?
I was going to try.
It interactive.
I was going to try, but I can't actually get any information without taking you off cam. So let's go ahead and take a very, very short break. I'll throw some music up here. Give us a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. All right, everyone. Welcome back. I hope the stream looks a little bit better now, as I was told that there was some de-interlacing and fun times happening on your end.
We'll only tell in game, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's looking good.
It looks okay in game, but now we have Purified Drinking Water, which is actually Zolhe and Air. Now, Zolhe is from the team called Applesauce, if you pay attention to the tournament scene at all.
Mm.
And King Wizard and Laz make up Curveball,
which is Nexus.
Which is 2/3 of Nexus Gaming. So this one should be quite the kicker, Biza.
I'm looking forward to it, and we shall see. No, that's a different team. Okay, all right. I'm just going to get my bearings right. But this guy's... Like, both of these teams actually are looking to try and be a defining force in the NAC for RLCS the next season coming through. So playing twos is all about strengthening the attack and the forward line pressure. Air over the top of the D. First goal, Purified Drinking Water.
I love it as Air right here. Just a little tap right there. Didn't allow Laz to get any boost. I mean, he must not have had any boost. Laz, of course, to make that happen. And that savage hexed on Laz. Oh, my.
All right, Air forward. A quick play. This is a completely different level from what we saw in the quarter. And to be honest, this is what I expect. Here's Laz. bring this one in. Zol clears. Air downfield. King Wizard's going to sort of play to himself. Not able to get the second. Zol!
Oh!
Ooh, that was close. Laz coming through. Clearing it. Is King Wizard as air. Look to attack that. Laz now up high. Be up the backboard. King Wizard not there for the next attack. Went out wide for boost. So did Laz. Pops it back in the middle. That's dangerous. Air lurking. It's going to come right in front. Laz has to give the backboard. Does well. The rotations to Air with a shot on. There's 2 on the line, but it can't be saved. The momentum will roll the ball over. Second goal in.
We're going to just kind of watch this from Flycam here as both Laz and King Wizard cycled in, and it looked like King Wizard may have gotten the touch on that, but like you said, too much momentum on the ball, and it just threw both of them back. 2-0 here already. Purified drinking water coming through here. Better than alkaline, apparently.
Laz. And a hard angle to go at pace. Zol trying to control. Taking over the top. Laz flips this up. Air has a good sit. King Wizard sees the line. Able to challenge for the 50-50. Both of these teams are in each other well at the moment. It's only the first game. Laz. Well, they sort of straggled up the wall.
Ooh, what a pitch!
To see who would go first to move over. Oh, exciting from Zol. King Wizard just caught out on the wrong side of that one.
This ground pinch right here by Zol. Bam! Straight out of Snow Day. Somebody call the RHL. That's exactly how you get a power shot on a puck, and it works good on a ball too. 3-0 already.
Back to the middle. Air was up for aggressive. King Wizard out wide for now, using the airplay. Got the line himself. He's almost got this over top of Zol. Now grabbing the control, rolling out of the D. Held up there was Laz. I'll stay in the corner for now. Air taking his time. One thing we can see.
There it is.
In fact, don't worry about it. Don't worry about what I was about to say. King Wizard makes the opportunity, and it is the Wizardry mastery right now. Have a look at this.
I like this right here. Air. Oh. I mean, King Wizard, just a heads-up play here. Watching Air kind of struggling coming off the wall in a defensive play like that. And he just takes advantage. Bam, I got this. No big deal for him. Plenty of time left here. They're only down by 2.
A stalk.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Such a stalk by him. Just waited. He was in the lurches. In the shadows. You couldn't see him. And then eventually he just popped out. Flashbanged everyone and made a goal happen.
Hey, Biza. It's not CSGO, bro.
It doesn't matter. He's still flashbanging everyone. It's sort of a wizard term. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
We have a goal and puts in the 4th.
Yeah, look at this Air right here off the wall. Saw an open net. Got it. Probably just trying to advance the ball. But the fact that it went in is just fine with him, extending the lead. Now they're up to 3 goals.
I was hoping you were just going with the picture image. Like I was going, he's in the laddos, he's in the shadows. You can't see him. And then all of a sudden pops out of nowhere. Flashbang. No one knows where he is. And he shoots on goal. There you go.
I mean, I could have.
I'm not referencing CSGO, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna stop trying to justify my reasonings behind my comment. Zol with the touch in the middle. Ninja Rider's going to continue to try and dig me into the grave.
Yes.
Laz with the touch. Zol setting up here. King Wizard out for the D. Then on by Air. Jags in front of goal. Laz now straight out. We're leaving for now. Interesting to see Laz and King Wizard not looking to gain control, more so clear. Aaron Zol still working on that passing play. There's moving down forward for the backboard play. Now, Wizard has missed this. Zol with every opportunity in the world, and he's no way he's going to miss that one.
No way. You might as well extend the lead while you can with this amount of time left, as King Wizard just could not read that ball off the wall. I think he might have been trying to use the ceiling to bounce it off himself to get a little bit of power, but that was going to be a tough play anyways, way up there. But still 5-1. Running out of time is next. I mean, curveball.
King Wizard comes in the second. Running out of time, but they still can get themselves back into it. 3 goals differential right now. King Wizard playing it off the midline, off the wall as well. Follows it up. No challenge on the strike, so an easy one being given to him. And I expect Laz and the King Wizard to start to get a little bit aggressive as well with the aerial pass play and use the air backboard. As I say that, Laz looking for it. Zol, ever so defiant, holding up in defense right now. Moved on by Air. And in the next touch here, works an angle. That's wide for now. Last minute and 30 here remaining. Oh, air.
Oh, just
Oh,
let
air.
the pictures tell the story on that one right there as Air from his own corner just gets a little chip. King Wizard can do nothing about it. It was either jump too high or flip it up, and unfortunately didn't get a good flip at all. I think he was out of boost too, and unfortunately I wasn't on his camera to see if he was or not. 6-2. Oh, King Wizard off kickoff. The nice little pop-up in the read here. 3-6? What?
There's a cheat up by Air, and then the thing about cheat ups and twos is if you don't get the ball, the second player doesn't get the touch of the ball, it goes in for a goal. King Wizard came over the top. He had the quicker cheat up level. They both did it. It's a common thing we see, but essentially that first player has to either be rotating back or get up and try and put a block in. It's pretty much null, rendered null, not an ill-effective coming off the kickoff. So I don't know. I don't know how you play that. I still can't really get used to the cheat-ups. It's hard to read. Sol pulls one out. King Wizard on the rotation. Should have the ball here. Sends it.
What a redirection!
Oh, yes! Yes, Laz!
There it is. Right here. That's the skill I was looking for from Nexus Gaming. I mean, curveball. Literally making the ball curve. You can't.
A boomer of a redirection.
You can't write this stuff. I mean, that slight tap forced the ball into just the perfect direction with a little bit more speed. There was no way purified drinking water was going to get there.
That's what I love about this meta. It's insane. You just do some little stuff around the field because you get space, you get time. Laz just perfectly. Like the thing is, he didn't need to get that far off the ground. Just got up. Turn the car to an insane angle. Now, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Anyone playing this game, that takes a lot of skill just to get that right. Sol's going to get a chance here. It doesn't happen. The last 2 goals to be scored, if they can get it right now, is the curveball. They're going to get aggressive. Last 10 seconds. Need this one. Laz needs to score.
There it is.
It goes. He's wide, and that's the opportunity I'm begging. They won't get this back. That will be the first game, ladies and gentlemen. Purified drinking water. They hold on. But curveball, well, they'll come in around, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh, they were coming with a vengeance right there. They seemed to get their mojo back as curveball. Just man, that skill at the end of the game was just dead on. That was so good.
That's probably one of the best plays I've seen in a while.
Somebody call the Rocket Dailies and clip just that play so that Rocket Dailies can take a look at it. Mr. Prez will.
Clip me going nuts.
Yeah, he would just lose it. He would absolutely lose it. But
well, the chat's reacted as well, and what a play! That was nice from Laz and Mink. So obviously the guys calling the way is let's ready up and get into game number 2. But curveball, they need to start a lot stronger in this one. Don't give it away to Purified Drinking Water. They started really well, and sort of Laz and King Wizard. We know the unison that these guys have. They were a little bit slow heading out of the blocks. They can start strong here, get the first goal. They'll look in good contention for game number 2.
now they're looking pretty good here as I need to update that, and we can use it now. But yeah, it's one of those things, like you said, curveball just needs to get a little bit more aggressive and add some speed. I've seen these guys play so fast like that. Oh. Look at that shot.
Oh, King Wizard. From a standing point. Gets up, uses the corner, and that is up a 90.
Wow.
Top left, action 10 seconds in, and that's the start curveball we're looking for. Well, it lives up to name, wasn't it? An absolute curver.
It's just, indeed, somebody just call the MLB because that right there is one of the hardest balls I've ever seen to read. I honestly didn't think that was going in, and I had a great view of it.
Generally, that would be a touch that either goes too high, or it's wide, or it's a bouncing ball. But to be just so on song, target to the goal, it's just a real clever calculation at the end of the day. Well, we'll get out of that mode and get into this right now. Zol it's the underside. Air gets a touch, but not on target. Laz was interesting for him. Slightly caught out of position. Now we'll grab the 100 and head downfield with the ball play. Zol getting up, uses the top net to come down. Ever so often been played in this match. Laz we shut us for the moment. He was looking for boost. He didn't get it. He lets this one go as well, so he must have some still left in the tanking. Wizard coming across, clears, and a second touch. Needs the 50-50 to work. He gets it in line, edge of the box. Air there first. King Wizard demos now 1v2. Zol has to play the shadow work. It comes over the top. Air on the reset. Zol's up as well. The double committal going completely against Purified Water. It's not going to happen. This is a nice play coming out from Laz.
It is. Laz just, with the slow plays, kind of stopped up the water team. And King Wizard just had the momentum going. He just kept his momentum going. And Laz, the little bit of slow play, just really, it's that little changeup that just throws the opposition. And King Wizard is there. Again, he's there for the pass to Laz.
This is what I'm talking about, and this is what I was saying in the sort of the post game of the first. These guys are really strong when they get together. They combine really well. They started slow in the first game, and the momentum seemed to be swinging in their favour. At the end of that, they've taken that and completely blitzed the H2O drinking team. So, being Purified Drinking Water, which is what a name!
I know.
What a silly name.
I don't understand.
Why? I don't get it. Should we just call them H2O? It's better.
Because H2O...
General consensus, H2O, everyone?
H2O isn't purified.
Laz! Oh, the double touch is savage.
Look at this right here. Laz just following his own ball around the corner. Zolhe trying to make something happen. And Air... Oh, Air was there. Man, feels bad, man, for Air. But not such great positioning is what's going to cost him this one. And, I mean, this is a shutout so far, Biza. With 2 minutes gone, it's already 4-0.
In a way, I've got a sense that maybe both of these teams should be grand finals. Sort of the way they're playing, it's pretty good, but Purified Drinking Water is sort of a bit of a challenge right now. Laz and King Wizard have been absolutely dominating and destroying the forward line attacks. Now Zol gets one. Brings it inside. Air's out of place here. Was looking to play close quarters and soft touch. If anything, Laz loses the 50-50. King Wizard with time decides to come down on the floor pinch. Soft touch in the end gets him into favour. Has King Wizard now heading down the field. Again goes Sol. Encounter. Some time here. King Wizard shadow. Sol goes up backboard. Incoming Air. The angle too tight. Sol. Well, he's faked out everyone. The double committal going against them. We've seen that before. This time, it goes in.
No, I like this right here. As Air just kind of kills the ball. Laz and King Wizard had absolutely no momentum, so they both go for this. And that kill by Zol to just stop the clearance absolutely made that play. That was a heads-up play there from Air to make that happen. And they're on the board finally. Let's see if they can make a comeback.
It was clever, wasn't it? It's sort of just going, well, look, there's no point me in trying to jump because this ball could go anywhere. So I'll just park the car. And if they don't clear that well, it would just drop the momentum dead. So probably the best position for them at the end of the day. Well, they've got the first goal, Purified Drinking Water. Question is whether they can put another 3 in and equalise this up and stop the rapid attack that is Laz and King Wizard. The momentum still in their favour. King Wizard now an open goal, and he will put this one in. No! Oh, wow. Please. Please, Psyonix, please.
I mean, it did look like it was going in on my side, and then just kind of missed it.
You just aimed for the post.
Pretty much the woodwork taking a beating.
These days, it's posting out. It's not posting in unless you hit the crossbar.
Oh, great touch there from King Wizard. As Zol, we're watching from his perspective, coming out on the offensive end. Not going to work out. Why do you wiggle your camera that way, Zolhe? What are you doing?
Zolhe with a clearance. King Wizard on target.
Oh!
I'm going to have to go to Air's perspective and just get a sort of a look on what was happening with him. I think half boost. Oh, no, Air. So he was stuck in reversal.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is in any defense, they always talk about the way you look at the ball and the direction of your car. Now, if your car's not facing the ball and where it's going to go, you're not going to save the ball. That's generally how it's classified. You've got to do some monstering to turn your car around and then get in position. So, he was too far already on the goal. B, he wasn't looking at the ball the right way. And when he turned, it was never going to get there. So, nice goal at the end there. The pressure well and truly set.
You know what, though? I think that was a rotational error on Air, thinking that Zolhe was going to get a great touch and a good clear. But no, King Wizard had a good read on that play, and the ball just went straight to him as Air with a pop. Laz will block this out, and some great car control to net him. Corner boost, the clearance, and the time killer from King Wizard will probably secure this one, Biza. It's a tough stretch to score 4 goals in 20 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, I like what Air was doing. Just needed to pop up a little bit earlier. It would have worked. Like this one here, Zol. He does go up early. Counts as it's Zaz. Zaz to Laz.
Laz Pizzazz?
I tried to make that work. It didn't. It saves it anyway. Heads this one out. And that'll be to die in seconds. The second game, done. Curveball. They respond. They tie up the series.
And they tied up the series this time. So best of 5, everybody. First to 3 wins. Take it. And these two teams are quite, like really even. I mean, this is insane.
There's no doubt. If you guys have been watching a lot of Rocket League, if you've been watching sort of all the play that King Wizard and Laz are involved with, they are deadly when they connect. They're so good at finding each other from a wide play to the midfield, bringing it inside, and just sort of on son. I don't think they really need to talk the way the guys just find each other, and that's the thing. It's been built into the guys that they need to look for the passing plays. Where we saw Purified Drinking Water, they were more on song of just clearance work and one-on-one plays, which is still a matter, which is still a way of playing the twos game. Either way, you can play it. But they're being read. And the thing is, Laz and King Wizard are expecting that. So they're playing a defensive line and shadowing a hell lot better than what Purified Drinking Water are.
You're right. And I think this is one of those games for Zolhe and Air to just kind of reset. And they kind of need that sometimes. Just based on what I've seen from them in the past. So we'll have to see how they do here. Game 3, series is tied. Nope, not that one.
Zol out with the movement to the pocket, moved on by Laz. Now Air's in the back here. I'm flabbergasted by what he was doing, but that was rather interesting. I'll give the chance here. King Wizard in the middle. He's called out as the ball straight over the top. Laz will wait and give King the best time for the rotation set. It is on top at the moment. And moved on Laz. Air's out of position. Laz needs an angle. He will get it. There's the best. They cannot be stopped right now. Curveball.
Doesn't help either that Zolhe just completely feels backflipped on the offensive end, and that opened it up for Laz as Air hadn't rotated back yet. But like you said, curveball, it just opens it up, and they're going to take the shot for sure.
Zolhe probably needed to take more of a defensive approach on that, knowing that his player's already downfield. This is the ball, it's open goal. So need to go right. I need to shadow a little bit. It's probably the wrong decision made, but then again, you've got to make one in twos. Generally, you're in the pay. You can't wait for a ball. You have to go.
Dead on, of course, but as play continues here with just about a minute gone, King Wizard and Laz trying to set themselves up for success. Here as Zol definitely wants to stop that from happening. Laz with a great shot coming off the sidewall will pass the goal up and go wide. And the defense of Purified Drinking Water will be tested right now, Biza.
Zol the chance. Pass one. Laz able to get the 50-50 and get the momentum of the ball going his way. Air the challenge back. Zol has the line in the midfield looking to go over the top. And King Wizard decided not to go up and play the ground ball. Risky play, but no one came over the top of him. Now he gets a chance to come down. Oh, King Wizard, we could see the setup. Just a little bit too much boost. At the end, they're not favoring enough. But then again, I think he used a lot getting up for it. Air, He's going to be savage here. Grabs the ball, pulls the defense out, and gets an open goal. Equalizes the game.
And that's one of those things where I think that was Laz actually didn't get the spike touch that he was trying to do off the wall there. And so no clearance for him. Now we're tied here. 3 minutes 15 to go. We got a heck of a game on our hands, guys. Oh!
King Wizard! How often have we seen the combination happen in this game so far? Laz gets this, though it's on target. King Wizard makes sure it goes in. And they've played that on close quarters before in the last game, but many times in this series, and that's why they're so dominant right now. Ball again, taking the lead. The ball will set out forward here. Quick one for Purified if they can get it, but Laz will hold it up. King Wizard, nice save. Zolhe will hold. Now to bring us back inside. Air and sharp angle for him. Pops up, but a little bit too ambitious on the play. Laz now, an easy rolling ball for him to bring this one out. tries to come off and let it come down. Zoll misses the touch here. Air awfully on the backboard. King Wizard will follow up, and they do the combination once again.
We'll watch from King Wizard's perspective here. He was just watching the defense see what they do, as Air thought he could get a clear off the backboard, anticipating a backboard play, and he was right. Just absolutely nothing coming out of it. And King Wizard's going to slam that home at the 2-goal lead now. Curveball wants to take this series. They want to show Zolhe and Air that they mean business.
Laz off the backboard. Midline play, Zol goes up high. King Wizard unable to get the drop, but Laz there waiting on the line as Zol came through for an attack. Now Laz looking for that boomer there. Air gets in the way. Dial up. A little bit of purified watering. They just need to work on the close quarters battle. I think it's where they're losing it right now. Need to make sure they can get their teammates to go. Essentially Zol running down the midfield now. He's got past one and the second. The rotations here. Air getting up, stopping King Wizard for a big clearance. Still, it heads down to the wing. Wizard out to the middle. Laz just looking for a demo. He backs out this time, realizing don't play the goal line too much. Defense is required. Laz gets up off the corner. Set up here by Air. Zol on the floor. What will he do? Nothing at the moment as the boys come through. That's curveball.
There it is.
And a minute and 30 remaining in the last 90. This will be interesting to see whether the boys of purified drinking water can get themselves 2 goals.
Great defensive feed there by Purified Drinking Water. You make sure that ball didn't go in too. Now they're trying to keep this lead here as much as possible, but really Curveball have something to say about that. The bump's coming out. Will it be enough? It will. Oh my God, King Wizard managed to get back in time. What a great save.
Got a bit of the magnet. Just drive out and pull it out.
No big deal. No,
it didn't work. King Wizard almost turning angles. Non-existent to Rocket League, perhaps, maybe. Not able to connect. Laz comes over the top. Air with the drop. Zol was there in the corner. Now he gets a chance to recover his ball time and enough to have a picnic. King Wizard comes and disrupts that one. Takes the cheese, runs the ball down the field. Laz to set this back down. Zol there just in case for a deck. And now he gets the 50-50 to work. Thinks twice about where he wants to go. And now Air with the counter. That ball coming down, but it's high at the moment over the top. King Wizard. Zol sends it back. And again, just not convincing here right now, Purified Drinking Water. They get it forward, but they're not setting up to each other. Just having a ping at the goals. The last 10. Need a quick goal, and I don't think it's going to come out of this one. It is downfield for him. Laz will have the drop, and that will be the last say in this game. Number 3, the boys of Curveball taking the win and taking the lead in the series.
I would say that's fairly convincing. They definitely showed up this time, did what they had to do, although there were some slight mistakes on the offensive end this time around from both teams. Really could have gone either way. I think Pure Drinking Water had some decent plays there at the end, but Curveball had him read quite well and was able to rotate back just in time, really.
Well, they held Curveball 2 goals less than the second match, so they were able to sort of strengthen up the defense and work on that. 50-50 started to come in their way. But when they went forward, sort of the King Wizard and Laz, they were just on that rotation point now. The Drinking Water should have had another goal, but King Wizard came out with that pinch on the defensive line and brought that one out, which was really good for the defensive work. And they continue with that rotation. So it's how strong Curveball are right now.
Yeah.
I don't think we see Purified Drinking Water come into this in game number 4. I think this will be taken out unless they do something crazy. Probably the one thing that's lacking for me is their forward line connection. They're still not getting the connections. They're getting the ball down the field. They're using the wing coverage and to bring it around. But
yeah,
there's no real pressure on that D line to get the double committals or even go third or fourth efforts. This is not happening at the moment.
At the moment, yeah. At the very end of the game there, they showed some composure there on the offensive end and just speedily converting it. But really, Curveball was able to get there in time and make sure that did not convert into a goal. But 5 minutes are on the clock again, possibly for the last time, as Curveball take the lead here in Game 4.
Okay, Air, do it all yourself. Flips himself around the field as well. Never touched the ground for at least 10 seconds of that play. Zol. Well, this ball's going to be in a good line for him. He actually backs out. He should have... Just things you should commit for. I know it's twos, but you got to play a staying defense. Go up and commit to that one. Maybe Bristol issue. King Wizard's going to get a chance. Zol blocks. Laz now. Off the backboard. Air. Gone wide. Needs to cut inside. King Wizard meets it on the drop. Gets it going. Zol now coming down. Air.
Oh.
Well, he pops it up, but he was too forward of the play, and you could tell. Zol able to hold. Clever enough to get it out to the side. Stops a rampant shot from Laz going out of goals. King Wizard coming through now. Oh, the angle's beating everyone.
Ooh.
Air just gets enough boost to be able to clear that one. And essentially a minute down at 0, and a couple of little risky plays by the Purified Drinking Water.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but nothing too crazy yet. They're not down. They're trying to bait out. They're trying to bait out Curveball as much as they can, and it's just not working out for them. Curveball are just keeping their heads about them, and they know what's going to work against these guys. And Purified Drinking Water, if they can change things up quickly, and now that's a good shot coming out from Air. They might be able to take this because it's still a pretty even game. Oh, bar down.
Nice play from King Wizard. Laz. Oh, Zol gets back. Laz looking for the cheeky second touch as well. The angle a little bit difficult. Air now coming forward. Zol just needs to get up in the grill here. Rotation from Air. Now Zol to go. King Wizard being ever so quick.
Oh.
Rotation. It is there. They finally done what I've been talking about. It's the second, the third, and even the fourth effort coming out from the boys.
That right there, Air just staying in the pocket as much as possible. Slamming himself into the ball was a great redirection for sure. Obviously, you practiced that. Now, that said, the defense kind of broke down a little bit. There weren't any double commits, but just the way that the shots worked out and not able to get a power clear at all didn't work out. So, lots of time left here. Curveball have plenty of time to tie this up. Chat, I want to know who your favorites is. Who's going to take this one and who's going to take the series? It's Air from the corner. What is this angle?
Oh, wow.
Wow. I mean, there really isn't much more to say to that because it was just like, okay, it's going in. There you go. 2-0 now. 4 Purified Drinking Water. As Laz with the carry.
Yeah, they've turned it around, haven't they?
They have, definitely.
And it's just off these extra commitments that are going, that's going to go in. Putting in the third, this is completely turned around. That's sort of science the first game of how they played it out. Look, there's still rapid pressure coming on from Laz and King Wizard. A couple opportunities haven't gone their way, but again, you can't just have it all one-sided. So it's good to see that the Purified Drinking Water finally got themselves back into gear. The question is whether they can hold it halfway down in the fourth.
The 3-0, like you said, halfway down. Air, straight to Zol, maybe? No, King Wizard's going to own goal that. Perfect timing there for King Wizard.
I saw this last night in the Vapor tournament. They had 7 own goals, and this is like one of the sorts. Hold up. Has Zol got the touch on the drop there? My eyes just playing tricks on me.
Not sure.
Just that hit was.
Didn't quite see that.
I think it was their own goal. It was their own goal. Those are the most hardest to go back with momentum and then save. You really technically have to get behind the ball. Otherwise, it's goal. And saying that, they make up for it. It's a start. I like this. They're both close. They both pull the players out. And that's the thing is the communication. If you want to make a strong team of two, is you're going to make sure like okay, one goes up and one stays down. You've got to be aware of who's going to attack the ball, even if you're playing close quarters. One has to be designated to go. If the guy's got the forward line plate, let him go. So both of these teams sort of need to work out who is going to be the first on defense to go up instead of the double commit, because that's where the goals have been scored.
Definitely, as Laz is going to squirt this one out to the side. King Wizard. Will he play off it? No, he ran out of boost. Laz is going to get the touch. No, he will not. No, actually, he did get the touch. This wasn't the direction I thought it was, and that camera didn't quite snap around in time. 4-1 here, and with just about a minute and a half left, Curveball really need to step it up here. But it,
Laz!
you know, like that. I guess.
Well, it's a start. The comeback well and truly set into motion. And it's Laz that has plenty of time here. Like to see a challenge come out from Air, but instead he had the line and, well, he decided to go at the end there instead of popping the car up. He went out on the 45 and caught him off guard. It's a 2-goal differential, 90 seconds remaining. Laz got the height here. Air gets up just a nick of time with the 50-50 drop. Here's King Wizard to get forward. Off the wall, Zolhe. Out to Laz. King Wizard just shadowing at the moment, forcing Air to think twice about how he plays this one and hasn't got an effective clearance. King Wizard doing all sorts of things. It's going in. They're 1 goal away.
See if I can catch King Wizard's camera here. Hello? Camera. There we go. No, that's Laz. Oh, and I missed it. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, just staying on the ball and trying to flip the ball towards the net. Sometimes it's all you got to do and let the defense give you the momentum right there. That's all you need to do.
You missed the touch right there. Oh, it's just the first up. Oh, almost countering. Laz there on the nick. It's going to have to be strong defense here on the curveball. They want this as well. But essentially, I want game 5. So don't clutch it. Do clutch it. Don't go overtime but lose. Let's go King Wizard forward. Laz. The demo from Zol stops the forward line. Now he has a chance here. Midfield. Straight to Laz. Air. It looks to be a fake-off strategy, maybe.
Ooh.
The counter 1-2 back. That's set up high. Laz forced out wide. Zol's going to have to hold fire here. 2 in the corner. Risky play right now. King Wizard goes downfield. Laz now working his way up. Gets out to the corner. Not an effective hit. So he whips himself out of progression there, hitting the ball. It's King Wizard that has to get the second. The clearance going fast side. The last 10 right now. The goal to be scored, whether Laz can put this one in. Zolhe coming across. Low on boost. No, he had plenty. Just timed it.
Oh, there it is.
The demo is savage. We got the equalizer with 3 seconds left. And it's all courtesy of Laz's demo.
Absolute savagery right there. And like you said, it was all because of Laz's demo. That took the defender out of the play completely. King Wizard just needed to get it centered. Laz was there. The chemistry. That's the chemistry I'm talking about. King Wizard knew Laz was there. And all he had to do was call demo, get it there. As soon as this ball touches the ground.
That's not over yet. Air has a good spot here. Laz low on boost. You can see he's forced. King Wizard up. Air, everyone has nothing left. King Wizard will grab the 100. So he'll be able to control this. Ball will come to ground. And it's now overtime here in the first semi-final. Purified drinking water and curveball playing it out right now. And curveball, they have the chance to take this game and book themselves into the grand final. Purified drinking water needing to take this game to go to a golden 5th. And they're going to send one line at the moment. Laz with the block. Zol sets it up. King Wizard clears. Can the purified drinking water get this goal? It's on its way. Oh, it's gone bar down and out.
And Laz actually gave up on that play too. He just said, you know what, I can't get to it. There's just no way. And luckily for them, it did bar down and out. But King Wizard trying to get a pass on, the ball's just going to go the other way. And Zol's going to take advantage of this. Big mistakes happening in the midfield will net Purified Drinking Water the win and the tie-up.
So often pinches can go your way, but so often they can go completely against you. Laz was actually coming in for a pinch there. You could see them coming together and trying to work a pinch downfield to see if they can get an amazing goal. But you can't risk it in the day. Let your player go. Or if you're not going to control the ball, let your teammate come and take it off you for a clearance. It goes against them, as you said, the mistake in the midfield. And Zolhe, well, ESL Monthly Elite speaks for himself. 3 goals in the end, a hat-trick, taking it to an overtime period as well. Curveball coming back, but Purified Drinking Water, they'll hold on, and they're going to a golden 5.
Yeah, no, they're going to that golden 5 right there. Let's see if we get a golden overtime. I think I'll have to break out the voice for that one. Might have to for the golden overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even get it. You didn't even do it.
Well, yeah, you kept going through. I mean, it was a heck of an overtime. So
completely. Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's all good.
You should have just butted in.
No.
Let me do something here.
No, just make it sound like it's a soundboard or something. But guess what? Game 5 on the line for us. We're about to get kickoff going here. Hello, overlay?
What's that?
There, it updated. Okay. My overlay was
right
kind
on tangent.
of... No, my overlay was kind of
right
messing
now.
up. So no worries. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Yep. Can we go?
Yeah, go. God, 20 seconds.
Can we go? Oh, Ninja Rider. Tony Hawk at its best. Cringe. Oh, here we go. All right, well, 30 seconds down. Game number 5 here. It's Purified Drinking Water taking on the curveball. Ninja Rider and Bizer with your call. You're on RLC, Rocket League Central. Loving this here for Gfinity 2v2. NA, 60 pounds up for grabs.
Now, if somebody could do the conversion
moment,
for
this
us.
will book it in. It's Laz with the first goal.
Yeah, look at that Laz right here. King Wizard. We'll watch from King Wizard's perspective again. Absolutely nobody back. And the fast play, the jump up to meet the ball on the wall will make that play happen. A great play and a good center. Got a little bit lucky, I think, as Laz was on the far side of the penalty box there. King Wizard does get the save off of kickoff.
Some quick little sneaky plays might be on the cards here for the Purified Drinking Water. PDW. I think I'm just going to shorten it. I wanted H2O before, but PDW is good as well.
Hype 2O? It's a good one.
No!
No?
No!
No Hype 2O?
Nah. No.
Aw,
Nah.
I thought it was a good one.
Oh, I thought that was terrible. Anyways.
Zol!
He's going to have a chance here. We'll put it in the equalizer. Ninja Rider, come on, man. Lift your game.
All right, fine. Zolhe right there. Just got this great touch and actually bodied King Wizard out of the way. Couldn't get back in time. And Laz had a read too far in the net for it to make it happen. Still, plenty of time left here. We're tied at 1. Tied in the series. This can't get closer.
Laz brings this one out. Now a chance. King Wizard now. A slow play up is interesting. Laz, he's on the run angles. Had to turn the car out. Well, had a good chance if he had the right line. Air. Now flying through the air. I think I'll put those two together very quickly. But anyways, it happens. Zol. Air working the ball forward. King Wizard just dropping out to the midfield. This is anyone's ball. Zol goes high. Now that's going to be rolled down. And a shot in. So often I've seen a lot of those plays come down and read well by the team, by the player actually that shoots it up. If holds it up with a drop right on net, that was close again.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to in these two situations. You either have to make it happen or you just get dunked on. But with this tie-up, there's a lot on the line here. So we've hit halftime. Ooh, a carry by Zol. Oh, gets one. Pops it up too much. Can't make it happen. So air is there just in case. King Wizard gets the save. Very weak clear. So still on the orange end here in the corner. Tied up at 1, everybody. Get hyped as air takes a shot. Laz can't get there in time. Tiebreaker coming out from air.
Nice by air here. Zol just putting pressure on. Sends it back into the best spot possible. The hot spot. Air coming across. Turns the car. Just a lovely finish at the end of the day. And it's interesting to see halfway down in the 5th game. All the games have had consecutive goals. We had 10 in the first, 6 in the second, 4 in the third, and then we get back to 9. So for this to be so low right now, it's a little bit uncharacteristic, but expect the boys to get into the scoring rate and to say that air comes over the top and places the upper 90. Have a look at this one.
What a great pass from air. I mean, from Zol to just right to air, and air follows it up. Probably had full boost and communicated that. Top 90. You can't get better than that.
2:04, 3-1. It seemed to be a curveball game, but Purified Drinking Water have brought this back into the 5th. Momentum now in the swing. In their favour, 2-goal differential. Laz and King Wizard need to find something here. Make sure defense is on song. Zol again the challenge. Both of them out of place. Laz. Oh, he's going to have to play in front of goal. Almost there. You can see what he was trying to do. Trying to get that little pinch forward. But Laz had momentum coming across King Wizard. Now to hold. Plays him himself. King Wizard. No followers. There's no boost. Laz has to get up here. Uses a lot as well right now. Curveball in a tricky position. Zol with the challenge does well. This is opening up and coming through. Oh, King Wizard. That was close, but it's not going to happen. The mastery from the man himself. Mr. Air puts in the hat-trick goal.
But we just watched King Wizard make that pretty nice save, but unfortunately no power on it will net a goal for Air.
Touch.
It was a triple touch indeed. Air just putting on a clinic here on the little touches and that really close play.
That's sending him forward. Air drops this one out. Now it's out in field. Last minute here, curveball. Need to make an absolute miracle happen. And if it's any team to do it, Ninja Rider, it's them. At the moment, they're being challenged and can't get past this rampant defense. That is Purified Drinking Water. They're having an attack again. Zold forward. Off the backboard. Air. Should be a clearance. Oh, no. It just gets. It's sort of, I had the sense of Air was going to do exactly what he did in the last goal. Just take it off the corner and then play it himself. Laz now setting this up. It's high. Air with the pinch off the backboard. It causes the rotation out of sync. So we'll get the first. King Wizard, well, he gets the touch, but doesn't work out for his team. The last 30, I think this game's rolling away from him.
And this is going to be a tough one to come back from. Oh, yeah, definitely. His Air just flicks one in. I mean,
that's icing on the cake.
I'll never call a game over until it really is over. And I think you agree with that, Biza, because these guys can do some pretty amazing stuff, but this will definitely be a mountain to climb, and we're not talking Kronovi.
It's done. I'll call it. I can't see 4 goals in 20 seconds. I haven't, out of all the tournaments I've casted over the last 2 years, I haven't seen a comeback like this. It's not going to happen. It's dropping down at the moment. I want the boys to score. They're going to get another one. All right, well, if you ever want to spread the icing over the cake, there's an RQ. Ouch, Laz. He's just called it straight away. They're out. They're done. Well, that's it. They're going to end it. They don't want Brazil to finish it the last 7 seconds, and everyone leaves.
I mean,
well,
okay.
It's a 1v1. Okay, we'll go 1v1 to end it.
Not really sure if that's even legal.
That's a first for a Gfinity, but it's going to happen. To be honest, they needed to stay in. So, like from any rule set, okay, we'll go to explain in a minute. Purified Drinking Water, they take the 5th, the golden game.
Yes.
And they'll go through to the grand final. Curveball exiting. Now, Laz exit out early, which technically gives a default win to Purified Drinking Water anyway, because you're meant to play with your 2 into the end regardless. But then if King Wizard stayed and Purified Drinking Water both left, they would have forfeited the game. So very, very clever. Well, I'm not going to say very clever. Just don't leave the game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, even if you get salty or anything, just don't leave the game, because I've seen it happen before where teams left early and then the other team stayed, even though they lost. And the game was 7 seconds to go. They took a screenshot and the team got disqualified. So, Error is very lucky not to leave, because then King Wizard was waiting for that, and that could have happened. So that could have been a potential thing. I don't want that to happen ever. But regardless, the result stands as Purified Drinking Water booking themselves into the grand final. What a series!
What a series
we had!
What a series indeed! As we're gonna go ahead and move on into the next semifinals. I don't even have any information yet. We've been so hyped up on this 5-game series.
It's coming through now. So,
all right.
Legends United, Aztrek and Gumsky taking on Chicago Land Chances, Jakar and Leftical. So, we've got the details coming through now. We should set up. We're not going to take a quick break, are we?
Well, it's going to take me some time, so you're going to have to fill in the time.
Oh, well, let's go to some music. The guys that love some music. Give us some time to relieve ourselves. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, with the next semi-final on Biza. That is Ninja Rider. We'll see you right after this.
Welcome back, everybody, to Gfinity here on Rocket League Central. This is the NA 2v2, in case you guys have not been watching, and I don't know why you haven't been watching if you have not been watching, because Biza and I have been extremely entertaining. Just ask Abstract Logic.
I'm on the verge of losing the plot today. I like to think I've been entertaining. I don't know about you, Ninja Rider. It's definitely not Tony Hawk style today.
No, I've been a little bit loose and relaxed this time around, just because
that tequila shot you had a little bit earlier.
No, it's been a heck of a week, and a lot of stuff has happened just in the Rocket League scene and in life in general. And guys, I need to do a Gfin promo real quick. Guys, if you want to play with your friends on a variety of games, check out Gfinity.net, Call of Duty, Halo, all that good stuff, Rocket League, of course. Now, the Challenger Series is on hold right now because they're setting up for the Elite Series. So some of that's not going to happen. That's mostly EU, but if for some reason some of you guys were participating in it, that's why you're not seeing it too much here on RLC. That said, there are still plenty of other tournaments to check out. FIFA, Call of Duty, Halo, all kinds of stuff. So check them out, Gfinity.net. The other thing, too, is DreamHack Sweden is this weekend.
Oh, yeah, it's all over the Twitter feed. It's all over everything. Everyone's hyped.
Oh, man.
Loving it. I'm just loving it that there's another company that is so defiant with other esports coming in and taking a hold of Rocket League, man. It's just it's the best sign for this sport that we're seeing. Like, and you talk about Rocket League in the whole. It doesn't actually have its own genre of esport. It is its own esport, and technically I reckon it'll be recognized sooner or later. ESL have got hold of it, DreamHack have got hold of it now, RLC doing their thing. China are actually starting to go a little bit crazy with Rocket League, and just imagine if they could come out to the world as well. And one thing I'm really excited about, which I've been watching, is all the World Cup announcements. I'm really interested to see how that pans out as well. Some really exciting stuff in the next 6 months of Rocket League.
Yeah, that'll be pretty interesting, but we're going to have to cover that another time as both teams, Legends United and future Chicago LAN champs, have joined the field. We're just going to get this one underway. Best of 5 here for the semis to see who faces purified drinking water in the finals. Biza, take it away.
Well, it's the Legends United, Aztrax and Gumski, and I do believe their third rotates in. We'll have to see now. Just confirming, they have all gone out and brought themselves PCs.
Yeah, former
That
Xbox
is
players.
Legit.
Look at this. Aztrax with the solo plays. Nice. Fairly basic. Jakar Sampson, not quite sure how to read this. Now, they might be playing a little bit soft right now to see how these guys are going to play, because Gumski and Aztrax are known Xbox players, but like you said, they recently switched to PC.
And I like the little drop there. Aztrax, it's got the fancy eyes, which you only can get if you're watching RLC CS finals. So we're repping those quite well. Pretty much taking my attention off the game, just staring at the eyes. Can you trade that Aztrax? Can we talk after? Can we trade, please? Thanks, man. Cheers. 30 seconds down. They got the first goal. Here comes the second. It's high though. Well, the touch from Aztrax is dangerous. Wow. Well, you wouldn't think you had that just the way he was coming in. He was so far on this. Had to turn hard.
Yep.
And then turns at the right time. Great shot.
Yeah, we watched that from Lefticle's point of view, and it looked like Lefticle was trying to pass it to Jakar, and Jakar just flat out wasn't there. So there you go. Gumski and Aztrax showing a lot of improvement since the last time that we've seen him, at least here at Gfinity. Now, Biza, you've been talking to him a little bit. I believe you mentioned it earlier. I don't know where all they've been playing. Probably here. But we haven't had too much streams of Gfinity NA for a little while.
They've been in a couple different tournaments, and you know, Gumski's pretty much outlined that they are looking to hit RLCS. They want a chance. They want to get themselves in it. They know they're not the best team out there, but if they can make some damage coming into it, it's definitely a way. As we say, that Leftical gets the first goal for his team, puts his team into it. Future Chicago champs, LAN champs, now into the game, but they have to be careful here, Aztrax and Gumski. Although they're now to the PC and they'll be able to read the ball a lot better and a lot quicker with the game, they still need to make sure the defense is on song. And a good challenge is to get through Jakar and Leftical.
Most definitely. This is going to be definitely a learner match for them, as that was nearly in. Leftical got there in time, though. Aztrax, no, denied by Leftical. This is where that speed of the PC players is going to come in, and Aztrax and Gumski are going to have to learn very, very quickly on how to read the ball as quickly as possible and get there efficiently like that. Gumski can't be sitting in the goal anymore, man. Tied up at 2.
He had the boost here, gets up to the middle now. He's just overcommitted. So he's going out for a wide play. Yep. And so it's probably what I would be doing is be hanging out on the edge, knowing the ball could be shot anywhere in the range of that goal. If I've got sort of like a rolling momentum instead of a boost momentum and sort of slow down, roll slowly across the goal, I know if I have to backflip, I can backflip and cover the edge where he got he got past the middle line and then he had to backflip and couldn't get past to that edge. So sort of those little placements is about, don't always be over boosting, don't be too quick on the ball, but you need to be in the right position. That's where it is for Gumski.
Yeah, and they're learning quickly. This has been a huge improvement from the last time I've seen them play, as Gumski's going to knock this one in to make sure it goes in. They take a very slight lead here with 3 minutes left.
Jakar's committed there, and then it's sent right down. Where the hell was Leptical? I think he was up for an attack on the Jakar commit and didn't get the read, so both out of position very quickly, and the over the top ball being played out. Legends United in a good spot right now. Under 3 minutes, it's 3-2. Aztrek will have the drop here. Jakar gets up and puts Aztrek under pressure, and because of that, he responds by getting up and making the goal count.
Look at this, Aztrek's just hanging out in the midfield. Didn't even know if anybody was coming. He just went for it anyways, and that's one of the things that they used to not do, was actually just go for a ball. And that right there is the benefits of doing just that. They now have a 2-goal lead against a very, very strong future Chicago Land boys.
Optical. Looking for that second touch. It wasn't there. Aztrex with a block brought forward by Jakar. Knocked down. Optical now holding the line. Sets it back into the middle. Jakar on forward. Needs the third effort. It's there. It's rolling ball, but wide. Aztrex not playing with it, just sends it out to the wall. Now plays it himself. There's a shadow on Jakar. Well, he's out of position, and he continues to go back. Aztrex wants over the top. He does. Leptical there. Both players close quarters at the moment. Need to be careful. Make sure there's no counter now. There's no challenge coming from Gumski. He does wait for the last center. Oh, no. He challenged at the end there, but I got a feeling that this is a pinch right at this point. Yeah, he's taken it off. So he's got the power. And Leptical's gone, oh, I can't get there. He's cut too early. And then couldn't get there in the end. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, Leptical was just barely there, and he crossed behind the ball. It's pretty good just ball control and knowing how the ball's going to react. It didn't slow down enough for Leptical to get there in time to just knock it wide, but still lots of time left here, and this is a best of 5, so let's see if Legends United are able to keep up this momentum. Great to see former Xbox players in...
I got to say, Ninja, from the last time we've seen these guys in a Gfinity, obviously from my point of view, they're 100 times better.
Oh, yeah, they're playing so much better.
They're playing so much better.
They're playing much more like a team. They're attacking the ball much more efficiently, and they're able to make saves like that. Gumski would have let that in the last time I saw him.
And Aztrex, obviously, you know, he... Well, it's going to take an absolute blinder just to get a goal in for this defense, and they certainly executed here. Leptical off the backboard. It gets into a tricky position, and sort of the over-rotation comes out for Legends United. Yes, they're there, they're blocking. They put 2 or 3 saves in. Yeah. Then they're called out because the boost started to get the problem. They didn't go, okay, well, we can't really get the quick save, so we're going to have to sit on the line, and that's where they got called out. Leptical. Well, this pops up right now. Jakar, this will be hard angle. He does come in. He gets it.
Yeah, Jakar. Yeah. Yep.
How's that worked?
Right here, Jakar just saw there was no defense, and Aztrex was trying to rotate in, so he's actually slow-played it. I think Aztrex was expecting either a dribble shot or just a quicker play, and it didn't come. Jakar just changing it up, and he's so good at that. And now they're within a goal with just over a minute left.
All sets back into the box. Jakar ties it up. Oh, 1:07. They're in this game.
They're definitely in this. I love the Leptical just knocking it towards the corner. Gumski did challenge it, so he's doing what he needs to do, and Aztrex just not reading the play quite good enough on that one, although it was a quick one to come at him. So, I mean, I'm not really blaming him at all, but because we're seeing so much improvement this game. Tied at 5. We're in the double digits total score, guys.
Well, it's a good challenge, Jakar and Leptical. And they've actually responded really well after being down 3 goals almost. Now it's 5-all. High scoring for affair in the first. Best of 5, semi-final the second one. And Jakar, that is a hat-trick of goals. And if I'm correct there, that will be his, oh my goodness, it's his 5th.
Oh, Gumski was there, and again, just parked in net. He's got to break that habit a little bit and just start working the rotations. I think Aztrex and Gumski really don't quite have the defensive rotations down. It is a tough thing to work on as Jakar off the side and off the backboards.
Takes out Aztrex, a chance for Leftical, but he's wide on the opportunity now. Clearance coming forth, 30 seconds remaining, and all of a sudden, Legends United find themselves in a spot they weren't in early. Chasing from behind, hopefully they can work something forward here. It's Gumsky that heads onto it. Looks for the inside, but it's a straight touch. Aztrex does pop it up here.
Barely.
That is a difficult shot to make.
It is.
But he couldn't get it. It rolls up now. Gumsky will be forced to go far side. Aztrex stays down on this. The dying seconds, which will pretty much confirm this. Jakar almost coming through for number 6. But it's not going to happen. They finished the scoreline. Absolute rampant comeback of the Chicago Land Champs.
And it's almost like Chicago just kind of figured it out or something. Especially there at the end where, I mean, you score, 5 goals within a minute? Like, that's quite a bit. Now, granted, Aztrex and Gumsky, they know what they need to work on, especially from that game, so we'll have to see what they can do. I'm lagging too. That is kind of weird. All right, both teams want a new server. So we're going to do this. You can look at our pretty faces while we do this. Yeah, right.
Your pretty face.
I mean, it's amazing what a skateboard can do to a face.
Did you seriously put what?
What?
Okay, I need to see this to believe it. What have you done to your face?
No, I haven't done anything. Everything just disconnecting, and yeah, I just even my OBS freaked out on that one. That was weird.
Yep.
So we're going to recreate this for everybody. You guys got a glimpse of our cars. Oops.
Okay, well, essentially, Legends United in a real good spot to start early on. They had to lead. They were looking really rampant. And Chicago Land Champs, the future boys, they were sort of not in the right position, so it really come up against them. But then the last 2 minutes, it just changed. All of a sudden, they started getting absolutely aggressive. Jakar just couldn't be stopped. Electrical with the challenges. And the Legends United they went back into their cage, and it's sort of in a way like the first half was like, wow, this is an exciting team. We haven't seen Legends United play like this like the last time we saw it. But then the last 2.5 minutes or last minute of play, it's like, well, that's what we saw last time we've called, and that's where they're sort of withdrawn and gone back into it. So interesting to say, like it's about consistency, and with teams that are coming together. Annoyingly with these boys, they are looking to make an impact in a couple of weeks' time or in a month's time.
Yep.
When RLCS is back, they're looking to make an impact in the qualifiers, and to do that, they need to make sure that they start with these tournaments. They play consistent Rocket League. It's not 2 minutes, it's not 3 minutes, it's a whole game. They need to destroy teams if they really want a chance here. The second match, they have to go all out. Make sure the defense is on.
Yeah, no, they really need to work on that defense and that rotational defense to make it happen. We're just waiting for everybody to join the field, and they have. Here we go.
Game number 2, it's underway. Always into the middle. Leftical brings us off the wall. Chance, see out, Gumsy across. Now he drops it down to Jakar, and he gets a shot at this. Aztrex straight downfield. Gumsky realizing Leftical's there, heads out wide. We'll have to sit on this. Aztrex, where is he on this turn? Nowhere. Stays back for the D. Jakar sets up Leftical. Well, mistimed the jump. Goes against him. Now that's a long clearance down. Interesting to see the boys just looking at well, it's more than an arm's length. It's a field's length of clearance work. Ooh. And it's gone almost against him. Gumsky with a brilliant save.
I like this save from Gumsky. He kept up a little bit of momentum to make sure that it worked out for him, and he was able to get a monster clear from such a light touch. But now Aztrex with the carry. Maybe take on Leftical. Gumsky tried to bump him into a shot that didn't quite work out here. We're still tied at 0 with just about a minute gone.
2 desperate saves coming from Gumsky. He sends this one on. This time Jakar getting up.
Ooh.
Needs to be a demo. Jakar with the second touch. It means everyone's out of position. Gumsky flying back. Has to block. He does well. Able to pick this one up now. Looking to get past Leftical, and he was almost caught out. Is nudged off the boost. but he's able to move the ball forward. Aztrek with the challenge. Jakar in a tricky position, and because of that, he just had to put the car up, and here comes Gumski for the first goal.
There it is. That much of those plays absolutely were simply because of the boost stealing. Legends United have started to steal boosts, and we saw it a little bit when we were in the player cams. I think future Chicago LAN champs were just not expecting themselves to be sort of out of boost, and the speed of Legends United, this newfound speed, really helped them out in that goal, and now let's see if they can keep it up here against a very, very strong Jakar and Leftical.
Gumski with a 50-50 wins at the moment. All the players going in his favour. Good start here by the Legends United. That ball, the stalemate on the corner of the box, brought up there by Aztrek. Will come down in front, but he lets it go. Gumski plays high now. This has to be a great read. He does get up, but he's just over the top. Just a little 1%ers right now that Legends United are lacking. But it's experience and training that will get him there. There's Jakar. Leftical with a touch. There's two in the corner. That is both out. This should be a rebound goal. Leftical just needs to place it. And I was about to say, I'm so nervous because he put it on the wall.
Yeah.
And I was like, you better follow that up and put it in. He did.
Yeah, and he just kind of glanced off the noob corner right there. Again, thank you, Achieves. He's probably watching, and I hope he is, because every time he hears it, he laughs.
What's that?
The noob corner. It's that lower 90 corner that messes everybody up.
That is such an Achieves comment, but
Look,
noob corner.
But
I like it.
I'd like to comment again on Gumski's defensive skills. He's started to force himself to have a little bit of momentum so he can clear it out, but not like this, as Jakar gets the go-ahead lead.
You got to be careful with Jakar. He loves these opportunities. He gets up and, look, he had 5 goals in the first game. So rapid, so destroying, and it practically come off the defensive slow clear. But even so, they're not really slow, but just not far enough. You're like, if you're going to clear, you either clear to your teammate or you clear past the halfway line.
Yeah.
Saying that left to cool. He puts in the third, and now what looked like a really good start from Legends United, they're being torn apart.
They kind of are, and I don't know if it's tilt or any of that, or maybe just Jakar just absolutely slamming himself at the ball, and it just happens to be towards the net as well. But just past halftime here, there's still plenty of time. Legends United can take this back. Gumski again. There really seems to be some player assignments here. Gumski with the flick. No, Jakar slams this out, and like I said, 3-1 here. Biza. Aztrex maybe needs to step up his play a little bit this game.
Gumski with a chance, and I really would like Gumski to take more control of that ball when he had that one-on-one. Instead of just trying to turn the ball, backflip the ball up and then get it over the top and then have a rebound by Aztrex. You need to bring your player into it if you have those ones, because you pull him out of place, the rotation won't get there in time. Then your second player can come in and slot it. It gets a good goal, gets the momentum, gets everyone involved in the play. And the moment they're forced back on the D, Gumski clears straight into the 50-50 there. It goes completely
that's towards the net.
The car was up, and that was aggressive. Here comes Aztrex. He will get the shot, but it's high. Demo, which was Gumski out, and he would have been the man in line for the goal. Now has to come out and save, as the reset was there. Good 50-50 in the end here. Needs his teammate to come into a good position, but he doesn't get it to him. Jakar loves these moments. Jakar runs it over the top almost. Gumski holds it up for now. Brought back to the middle, and the clearance coming forth. The last minute here of play. Ninja Rider, 2 goals down on Legends United.
Yeah, we're just going to see if Legends United can get something together, change up the play a little bit. Stop with these solo plays and do something with your teammate, guys. That's exactly what you need to do here with this 1-3 scoreline. Running out of time is Legends United.
Popped across the corner, Gumski. Left to cool. Been dangerous so far, but it's Jakar you have to keep your eye on. Just the movement by him has been absolutely a blinder of a night, and saying that Gumski gets countered by Leftical. Stops an incoming goal. And if there's any good time to score, it's now. Legends United need it. Gumski's going to have to drop here.
It does!
There it is!
Look at this pass from Aztrex right here. Pops it up, gets it past Jakar, so he uses the backboard. It popped down because it hits the curve. And yeah, Leftical was not expecting that at all, because he was just looking at the ball trying to get the backboard clear. And there you go. We're within a goal of tiebreak.
Like the 50-50 challenge at the end there, Aztecs, he got higher than a ball. A lot of good teams, you see them. They get higher, they get over the top. Even if they can't get it down, use the backboard. It's where it's at the last 10 seconds right now. It's not in a good place here for your Legends United. And then to get the clearance forward. Gumski will come out here. Demo. Gumski.
Can he do it?
Gumski.
Pops it up.
He's got to go off the backboard.
Oh!
Not like this. The game had a tire. It was to be tied up, and overtime was the call. But Gumski couldn't clutch it in, and Aztecs got overexcited as he got up. I think it was a double tap on the guns when he just needed to tap and guide the boost forward. It was a soft touch required. Defense had given up at all points, knowing that was going to be a goal. Oh,
that is straight up feels bad, man. That was a tough one to watch.
I'm hurting.
But you can actually see, I like how I'm seeing the improvement from Gumski and Aztecs. Aztecs was kind of quiet that game, but Gumski definitely picked it up, and Leftical and Jakar just they couldn't seem to get anything together towards the end of that game.
Yep.
I should probably ready up.
Still flabbergasted. What's that?
Probably ready up so these guys can keep going.
Yeah, we'll just keep going. Stop that momentum, man.
Stop talking. What are you doing?
Gumski's lagging. So
is he lagging still?
He's on 100. He's 148. So I don't know if that came into the fruition of that last golden opportunity. But Aztec, he had time there. Had plenty of time to make that count. So just these little things right now. I talked about a little bit earlier. It's the 1%ers as we get into game number 3 here. The second semi-final will be played out. The winner going to take on purified drinking water in the finals tonight. Looking forward to it. But essentially, Legends United, they're down at a straight barrel defeat. If they can't get this game, the Chicago Land Champs will take a straight victory set and play literally 2 less games in their opponents in the grand final. But we'll have to see how it all pans out. First 30 seconds are down and it's still 0-all.
There we go. I think I hit H button a little bit too quick and I turned off the nameplates, but now we're back so you can actually see who is who at this point. I hate when that happens.
Good nameplates. No, tell me about it.
Aztrex, he tries for the carry. It was a good one. Gumski is going to follow up. Jakar putting on a clinic there on the goal line, Biza, and only a minute has gone. So many shots coming out.
Yeah, good pressure at the moment. Leftical's going to do some dangerous work as well. We'll grab the boost in the corner, so at the moment, Legends United in a tricky position. Aztec able to grab the 100 as well. He heads downfield. Out of rotation, Gumski has to be careful. Doesn't attack, so not bad play here. Now pops it up. Leftical out of place. Jakar, ever so dangerous, works himself upfield. It's that standoff game at the moment. The long clearance work and whether a mistake's going to happen, and there it is.
There.
So a demo that cleans out one of the defenders. The other one decides that I'm going to go high, and that leaves everything open.
Yeah, and Aztrex did spawn right there. There's no way he was going to get there in time. And Gumski with the miss on the backboard. That is always a tough one to get. It was a good try. He's there. And honestly, for these guys, that is kind of the most important part in their road to improvement.
3 minutes 20 remaining in this game. Jakar coming out of D. Gumski. But it really hasn't taken upon himself in this game. Has had the strikes, but has relied on Aztrex to give him some supply as well as the defensive structure. At the moment, twos is an interesting matter because half of the time it's one's play, while the other time you're connecting with the 1-2. And some really good pass play at the moment. Jakar holding up on the wall, able to block. Aztrex playing too close to the wall. Now Gumski doing the same thing, but he's gone high this time with the bounce down. Aztrex had backed right out for the boost. Leftical up, the touch over. Jakar staying out of this one as Gumski sends this on. Now the angle will be savage if he could work it again. He's missed this one. Aztrex back to the middle. There's a chance. Jakar loves the opportunities now. He's gone wide instead, wants to play off the wall. Gumski throws the car at it. Oh, sorry, that was Asterix that froze the car. Gumski on the line. Now that, to me... Oh, he's got it. I was about to say it was going to be a wasted opportunity because he should have just connected straight. No one was home.
Yeah, you're right. And Gumski right here, and I think Jakar didn't realize that Gumski was right there, but it's kind of an odd play coming out on the defense. You'd think they would be a lot more aggressive on that ball, but still works out for Legends United. We're tied up at 1, everybody.
Jakar off the wall. Too much of an angle. Gumski now, the second effort has to happen. Doesn't connect. Leftical heads out wide. Will fill up his own play. The 50-50 works back in. Anyone's ball at the moment. Jakar reads it the best. Comes down. Astrix forced to save. Out wide. Patience is a virtue. Astrix will hold up. Look to bring his teammate into the play. Leftical blocks. Now the rotation back out. Jakar will hold. Straight out to Astrix. And he should be able to do some damage with this, but the ball hard to read off the wall. Jakar comes across. Off the backboard. Coming down. Gumski with a block. Nice little touch. Even though it came down and across goal, it was the soft touch that brought it out to the corner and gave them the opportunities to reset here. Astrek, 50-50 with Jakar. Comes down Leftical. He's forced to put it on the wall. Gumski should be out this. Astrek doesn't rotate back as quickly. Leftical out. Now Astrek clears downfield. We're coming down to the minute mark here. Ninja Rider 1-0 at the moment. And it just seems like both of these teams are not wanting to take risks. And because of that, Gumski gets up in the grill and makes it count.
Look at this right here. Gumski just realizing Leftical was going to try to clear this out. It just reads it perfectly for the dunk. Kobe is in the house.
Just saying, both these teams have been real passive, not wanting to make any errors. It brings it back into the hot box, and Gumski's just lurking massively. Able to get a goal now. We're under a minute remaining. Legends United do not want to give this series away. They want this, but 1 goal differential is not enough with this amount of time left here, Ninja Rider.
No, it really isn't. These guys still need to keep pushing. Try not to overcommit as much as possible, and these loose balls have to be attacked ASAP, just like that.
Leptico onto the box. Gumski there, cleans it out. Grabs 100, but he won't get there for the 50-50. Jakar's missed time. This now Gumski just needs to set inside. He doesn't elect to go. Interesting decision, maybe baiting the timeout, but still, you want pressure on the goals and a golden opportunity to put it in the game sealer. Here it is. Aztrak, he's high though. Got to come inside. Oh, it's to the post, and Leftical stops it going in.
Leftical.
Gumski's still on, and that will be it, I believe, Ninja Rider.
They're just doing exactly what they need to do. Legends United keeping it on the offensive end to make sure that future Chicago Land Champs cannot tie it up, and they do just that on the ropes, and they take a game.
They take a game, and well, all their games have been close in result. They've only been 1 goals in difference between both of these two teams. So Legends United have probably deserved to actually be 2-1 up after the first game. The Chicago that came back and just sort of stole it away from at the end there. But it's good to see that they can respond and continue the pressure up. This is a really good learning curve for them, and hopefully they can get the next one. I still think Chicago have this. Legends United just worked really aggressive on that one. I really was excited by what I saw from Gumski.
Yeah.
His approach coming into that forward line caught Leftical and Jakar off guard, and it's sort of that pressure that you put on that catches the teams off guard, and he just takes the opportunity and counts. If they can do more of that, that will win them the game. But they need the next one. I'm still not 100% thinking they can do it. They're the big underdog at the moment.
I mean, right now, yeah, Legends United are riding high for sure. They're feeling great because they took a game off of community staples in Jakar and Leftical, but like I said, like we keep saying, they still have their work cut out for them. They're coming basically with a reverse sweep in order to move on into the finals. But if they do, that would be a huge improvement for them, just in general.
Shout out to my man Cyrix in chat. Good to see you, my friend.
Cyrix is here.
And Cyrix is here.
Oh boy, here we go.
All right. It is game number 4. Legends United finally pick themselves into the series. The comeback train. They're going to have to do 3 straight if they want to go to the grand final. But right now, Chicago Land Champs They have been absolute dominants in this series. Leftical and Jakar. Jakar, you just can't go away from his 5 goals in the first game. Rid of the one that brought it back and took the game away from Legends United. He'll be the one to watch here. Jakar has the touch. Straight to Gumski, and now essentially 1-1, and Leftical puts in the ditch. Save at the end there. He will follow up pretty quickly onto this. Has check up. Now plays it out. Looking left side, Jakar waiting for the drop. No challenge on that, but not expected as... Well, you just don't have that extra resource to chuck at it, do you?
No, you really don't, especially Gumski was out of boost, went back, slams this one home. A great play and a good read. I think he went all the way back to his own side in order to make that work. But Leftical just was not expecting that flurry of attack. And they take the early lead here, Biza. The question is, can they keep it? I don't know.
We're back to the middle. Hashtag wide. Looks for the inside. Leftical grabs the boost in the corner. Jakar. Now they're running up in a parallel format, which could be open on the goal. Jakar realizes this and just doubles back. Obviously risky play, seeing 2 players head up on the same line. And heads back into the middle. Gumski now up, far side. They look to try and get down to make the 50-50 challenge. Leftical not convincing on the clearance, and there's come for Aztrek. It's just slightly wide on the attack there. Comes around the rotation. Gumski! Oh, the save from Jakar.
Save right there from Jakar. Just a great read on that whole play in general. Unfortunately, on the offensive side, was completely in the wrong spot. And sometimes we see that from Jakar. This isn't a knock on him because, he's just a little bit too fast. It's like his mind is working too fast to stay in the play properly. Abstract Logic wants to DQ us, Biza.
He wants us to start typing in chat instead of commentating.
Yeah, that's just, you got to interact with our community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, okay, all right, let's go. Let's just let it be silent and just start chatting.
All right.
Nah! Gumski! He puts it in a second. Legends United taking a handy lead.
This is pretty good coming out from Gumski and Aztrex. They're doing everything that they need to do. Jakar and Leftical has just kind of been having some misplays and miscommunication happening pretty much this whole early game. But as we hit mid-game, they're probably going to do stuff like that. Right there. I'm just going to shut up now.
This is sort of where it was for the Chicago Champs. They come back in the later stages of the game, but it's where Legends United get so aggressive at the start, they start to be complacent on the defense, and they leave it open in these situations, especially of kickoffs. They're the most vulnerable because they get aggressive when they go forward. So have to be very careful with what they do next. Giving away, it's great to have 2 goals in the line, but it just means you still can't leave the defense open. You have to continue to work the defense out and attack.
Gumski, speaking of offense, gets it there through Leftical. Leftical got some chrome on that one too. Some speed added to this shot. Watch this from the side.
Dude.
Perfect juke on Jakar. And Leftical just not reading the speed of that ball. It came at him so fast. Wow, that was so good. 3-1 here with 2 minutes left. Legends United just maybe force a game 5.
You got to understand that. Don't
maybe
worry
not
about it. Leftical, a quick response in the end here. Aztrex gets put out a little bit by Jakar, and he has to just get in a real awkward position, pop it up. Leftical waiting for it, pounces on the opportunity, puts it in. 2:01 left on the clock. I was going to say, Gumski, the effort on his goal was the fact that he got the second touch right before it was about to hit the backboard and turns it inside for the goal. That is the most hardest play in anything when you've got a quick ball moving on Supersonics, right as Gumski gets back here. Just absolute blockbuster of goals. And, well, I'll tell you what, the team's not shy of having a high-scoring affair. Leftical carrying on the bonnet. Now heads it high. Gumski's out of position, which means Jakar will have a goal.
There you
and
go.
There it goes. Gumski in no man's land, and we've got the game tied up here.
Straight up, just outpaced on this one. Legends United trying to keep their lead, and unfortunately, Gumski could not read that one. Jakar Sampson, pretty simple play on his end. It's just the defense. The fact that Gumski was kind of in a difficult spot for defense, and again, it's been kind of biting him in the butt. These defensive rotations just not working out. For Legends United in general, I mean, Aztrex has been having a hard time as well. Now we're tied up at 3. Under a minute and a half. Ooh, a nice slow play here from Gumsky to get it up and above. Jakar tries to retaliate. Pass to Aztrex. Slow plays again, but Jakar reads this well. Leftical kind of staying in the net. 3-3, like I said, Biza. The question is, can Legends United force a Game 5?
Look, it suggests the way they're playing in this game, they can, but it's sort of scary because the defense is sort of lacking as well. It hasn't improved to what my expectation is if they're going to clutch the game. They need to strengthen it a little more. The risky plays, but when they go forward, they're looking convincing as well. And saying that, well, that was going to be close. I think Leptical almost had the opportunity. Aztrex needs to clear on Gumsky for the last 35, Ninja.
Yep.
We're going to have to do it here. They need to score.
No, they need to score now. Someone needs to score. You have future Chicago Land Champs need to score this to get into the finals. Leftical sets it up, and there's the score! 4-3 now.
Just saw in the corner the control here from a Leftical, the 50-50, but then the recovery as good. Aztrex forcing himself on the player, but he's just had control wrapping it around, and no one was at the goal mount just to put the pressure on Jakar, which ends up putting it in the end of the day. It's just the way they've played it out, the future Chicago Land Champs, and it's been crazy. And Jakar's going to force the point, which I dare say nails in the coffin.
Yeah, pretty much nails in the coffin here. I think Legends United have put up a heck of a game. Really a heck of a match. They've played so well compared to the last time that I've seen them. And it has been close. It's just that future Chicago Land Champs, it just comes down to experience at this point. And Legends United, they need some more practice, but we've seen so much improvement tonight.
Oh,
and
Leftical.
I'm so glad to see them in these tournaments.
Gumsky sends this one down the last 9 seconds of this game. Someone's going to score unless they want the ground ball, and it will hit the ground. So Chicago, the future Chicago Land Champs, they take it in the 4th. And at the end of the day, Legends United not able to get over the line. They pick up one game, but essentially tonight was that was pretty much the closest series out of all the games. Apart from that last one,
yeah,
it was decided by 1 goal between the first 3 games, and then 2 goals at the end there for Chicago Land Champs. So they will be going through to the grand final, and they're taking on purified drinking water. I actually think this is going to be a blockbuster.
No, this one is going to be nuts. Jakar and Leftical versus Zolhe and Air. I mean, it's yeah, this is just going to be crazy. But I think what needs to happen is we're going to take a very short break, refill on our fluids, so we can get properly hyped for this 2v2 final here. You're watching Gfinity on Rocket League Central. You know, I made that awesome intro into the transition stream and everything. I was muted.
Have you done it again?
I'm not doing it again. Mostly because Pure Drinking Water has decided to join the field, and so has Chicago Land Champs. We have the grand finals on our hands, Biza.
And we've got
predictions
Cloudfield in the house. Welcome to the man. Well, my predictions. This is tight. Game 7. It's a Chicago. No, I don't know. I like Zol, like Air, but Jakar has been absolute crazy tonight. He's been on top of his game. I'm going to have to go the boys of Chicago Land Champs, the future Chicago Land Champs, going down to the 7th game.
Is it because of Jakar's bowler hat? I really do think it's that.
Yeah.
It's always that, but I like how Air is trying to get a play going here, but I think both Zol and Air are trying to feel out what Leftical and Jakar are going to do here on the pitch. And I can tell you exactly what they're going to do. They're going to get really aggressive because they are very, very warm, and both Air and Zol have been sitting there watching their semi happen. Less than a minute gone, still tied at 0, Biza. What are your thoughts?
First real effort there for Leftical. Doesn't work out from Zol outside. Air on, he's far left at the moment. Looks to bring him back in the middle, charging in at Zol, first goal. It's the boys of Purified Drinking Water.
His Air just kind of throwing it at the net. Jakar with a whiff, and Leftical could not read that at all. Air was completely in his blind spot. And Zol coming in to finishing it off, lurking in the midfield. The perfect twos play comes out here for Purified Drinking Water.
It's like a traditional thing for both of these teams to start super slow. Like, don't really go full ball and full attack. Play these sort of solo control play through the midfield. From the next, maybe game number 3 or 4, it really starting to quicken up. And then next thing you know, it's over the back, quick opportunities, boom of shots. All that play comes in at the end, and that's really how it intensifies. So it's a typical standard game, in my opinion. But could you imagine it was this blockbuster from the start to the end? Like 7 games, full intensity, cannot be stopped. Like, your mind would be blown, wouldn't it?
Of course, definitely. And lately, the 2v2 has been kind of quiet. The 3v3 seems to be where it's at, and I think that's mostly because of RLCS. But 2v2 will definitely come around as more and more people realize that it's great practice for... I thought that might be a shot. It's great practice for
look,
the mechanics and things of that nature.
There needs to be a World 2v2 league. There needs to be a World 2v2 league. It's actually an absolute brilliant format. And saying that, the return shot flyer, it's Jakar that puts in the goal. And that's just off at 50-50 down in this midfield play here.
Yep.
Zol just not getting in the right position.
Yeah, Zol just could not read that play at all. I don't know if he could just not see the car behind the ball, but still didn't work out. We're tied up here, edging up on halftime.
That's savage.
Just so savage.
The cheat up.
Absolutely
It
savage.
should be banned. Leftical flips himself underneath the ball, thinking, I can just go at that one, Air won't be over the top, and catches him off guard. Well, there you go, my team untipped. 4 games in the 7th.
Oh, Air got back in time.
Coming across. I was expected to. And you're going to go out wide for boost. You never go upfield. You come back to goals. That's just the standard format. So he should always be back for that.
You're correct. And that's one of the things that we saw from Legends United. They were not able to do that quite effectively as Zol takes a shot. And we're rotating back to the orange side.
That was close. Air able to get the drop on the shot there from the clearance from Leftical. That is boomed on. Leftical up. Goes 100, and now some time for him. Zol over the top. Jakar waiting in the net. Patience at the moment. Trying to bait Air out. He has got him out. And that ball's rolling. Zol comes across and saves. Under 2 minutes. Jakar coming across. Now downfield, Leftical on. Air out to the corner. Zol's there. Won't be an attack unless there's an own goal. And I'm doubting to see that one. I do not want to see own goals in these games. Here's the shot, and he brings it inside. Jakar was there for the challenge, but nowhere near the ball at the speed of Air's rate.
We'll watch Air here. Zol just kind of pinching it off the curve of the wall, and it works out great. Hard read on the defense, but Air, plenty of time for him to read it just fine. Minute and a half left, 3-1. Air and Zol getting really comfortable.
I'll tell you right now, if you are in this chat listening and chatting in Twitch chat, hit that share button, share this on your Twitter, Facebook, Steam, wherever you can. Get everyone in here, especially from NA. This is actually going to be a pretty big game of twos. Absolutely epic. And Jakar, well, he had the rug, had the picnic basket, and he had the platter of cheese out. That's how much time he had to score this goal.
Got me on that one, man. I could not. I couldn't hang with that one.
Got him. Leftical is forward. There's Air sending it downfield. Okay, interesting touch as Zol moves it up. Now Jakar. Out to the midfield play. Leftical heading down the corner. He's going to take his chance here. Essentially 1 goal differential, under a minute remaining now. Jakar sends on his way. He's been dangerous. Will be the standout player here for the future Chicago Land Champs. Well, funny enough, I think he looked to go and take Zol out of play, but completely missed him as Zol had the air game going. And speaking of air, he sends it downfield. Jakar challenged by Air. Now coming back in. He just wants the inside line. Air. Ooh. Geez, it's a high-risk maneuver to come off the wall and bring the ball inside. Yeah. It's not easy to perfect, is it?
No, it is not. You don't see too many players able to do it. It's a couple of times in RLCS. I can't remember the exact players that did it, but that would have sent chills down our spines. 3-2 still, and really, future Chicagoland champs need to get their act together now, at least to tie this up. They might just let this one go with a best of 7.
Well, Air's downfield. Jakar has to keep this up afloat. Don't give the first game away, I say. Competitive right to the end. They do pinch this forward, but that ball will be left out by Air, and it's the purified drinking water that take the first game here, ladies and gentlemen, of this best of 7.
Plenty of time here for Chicagoland champs to get themselves together. That said, Air and Zol, I mean, they're just... they kind of had a field day on this one for sure.
Ties in with a picnic basket, doesn't it?
It does. It really does, yeah. That was exactly what I was trying to do.
Yeah, just by the tone, Ninja Rider, just by the tone, I could tell you're doing that. Look, fantastic play by Air and Soul. They sort of started slow, so did Jakar and Leftical, and that's sort of how we saw this game was going to start. Like, obviously, Chicagoland champs having a break. Sorry, purified drinking water having a break. So they were going to start slow, and Chicago's are going to come into this pretty hot, but then essentially it started to pick up. At the end there was a lot of 50-50s, and the ball's just not easy. There wasn't easy clearance work either, so the defense was definitely put down to the test. We go to the 7, it's going to be extreme.
It will be extremely extreme if we go to the 7th, but I don't... It's hard to tell if we're going to get that far, mostly because it seems like future Chicagoland champs just didn't put it all on the field that time. We'll have to see what happens in Game 2, and the play really just needs to step up from both teams.
Well, it's set into the middle. And kickoffs on Air, back on Z. Go back to the wall, Leftical out of position. Now, Zoe and Air actually hit each other here, so both off the defensive rotation. There should be a clearance far side. Jakar or Leftical? They're both there. Leftical with this sit. Loses control. I dare say he should have had better play with that. He's going to block out Zol. Forces the 50-50, but Leftical, that's time that's gone from him getting back and rotating, grabbing the effective boost. Still, can't move it on. 30 seconds, always interesting in this facet of play. Zol, not enough boost. Air comes up for the midfield. Now set on Jakar. It's sailing down forward line, but it's wide. At the moment, Zol's got time. He lets it go for Air. Commitment coming from Air is superb as he gets it down now in hard angle to go. Jakar lets it go. First goal going to Air.
We were actually watching Leftical, who was completely on the other side of the map. Way out of position here. Jakar, no momentum at all to try to knock this one away, and Air slams it home. Of course, less than a minute. Air taking the early lead.
Well, that's purified dunking water. They've done it in the first game as well. They had the lead. Very quickly, Chicagoland champs looking to put on a retaliation goal. I like the return serve straight away, but it's been ineffective as of this one. Goal dangerously in front. Air now forced at this. Lucky Jakar wasn't there. You got time in twos. Usually they're not on the line waiting for a mistake. Jakar blocks it in the corner. Zol inside. Leftical straight to the backboard, but it lines up for Zol here. Too many players close to this. It's a scary thought indeed. Air now senses on in front of goal, but the rotation out from Zol to grab boost. If he just hung around in the midfield for a moment, would have had his eyes on the second goal, but he's going anyway. He's there. Comes in, puts in the second for his team.
And Leftical had the read on it. He knew that the play was coming in. Grabbed a little boost to make sure. Just didn't quite read it that good as Air got that second, or was it maybe the third touch, which sent it just enough speed to make sure the defense can't get there in time. 2-0 here for Purified Drinking Water with the lead in this game and the lead in the matchup. See if they can keep it going.
Play styles are so different. Our defense is out here. Oh, we'll put in the third. I've got a feeling that the play styles are a lot different, but it seems to be the purified drinking water just got it on song. They're reading everything quite well. The 50-50 is working in their favour. and they're catching their Chicago Land Champs off guard and getting one over the back.
Trying to sort out a couple
It's
things.
left to call up the back line.
There was a little bit of lag. Chat was asking. I think it's solved. I think it might be server side because that was a little bit weird. Sorry, Bize, I didn't mean to cut you off. Chat did ask.
Savage chat. So with an opportunity, sets on air. Out to the corner, holds up for now. Brings it back inside. Leptical with the touch. Car not sure what to do there. Result flips it up. Leptical. That's a hard angle to go. Never a one to win, but gives Jakar the best opportunity. Now Leptical wants to corner Jakar. A little bit slow on the rotation. Probably wanted the boost outside and was called back in. Regardless, he's missed a couple and now forced back into the small pads. All right on the back line, and Result lets this one open, and Sol comes through. That came down from the rotation.
Yep.
Right then and there. That should
completely.
It's a good goal. It's a good goal, but
it's a great
the rotation
goal.
caught them all off.
Now, it was a great goal, great pass, great placement, all over the place. The offense was there. Defense, unfortunately, was not. Jakar did not rotate in fast enough, in my opinion, and probably could have followed that ball up and over, at least maybe slowed it down. But I'm not really quite sure exactly what they could have done there because Air and Zol were just on it, and they've been on it the whole game.
Look, that's the pressure of a good team as well. Like they're on it and they're continuing to go left to go with a chance. Jakar gets challenged out by Zol on the D, and that should be a clearance coming forth, but it's still here set for Jakar. Look, in my mind, I just think if they're going to make a decision, they're going to stick with it. You can't be decisive. Leftical was decisive when he was forward. He got back and then didn't have the clearance set on that last goal. So that's where it came down to. Zol now setting this one on, but he's high and wide. Leftical coming out, Air coming through. Cuts it off, the 50-50. Stahls right up in the corner now. Just dropping down for Zol to center it. What is Air doing in the goals? I think he was looking to try and take out the goalie.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It looked like it for sure, but also with the 4-goal lead and essentially a shutout here in Game 2, kind of just using up the time as well.
Air across field. Across the goals as well. Carr brings us back to the midfield. Zol, pop and play? Nope. Thought he was going to do it, but essentially just had the ball rolling, got challenged with the block. Now Zol brings us down. Air out of position, backflips, turns the corner, but not able to get the second hit. Zol off the backboard. This should be in, and it will be. Goal number 5. The purified drinking water on its hair right now.
Yeah, purified drinking water really have the burners turned up on this game. It's Game 2. I mean, my camera went weird. That was odd. Anyways, Game 2, I'm kind of curious to see if future Chicago Land Champs can wake up here because they're not looking land champy, if you ask me. Lost Bizo on that one. I didn't think it was that good.
Cool. The land champion. No, it's okay. I don't want to get too far from the game. Air comes through, puts it into 6. In fact, we can talk about it. I think this was an easy one. Look, Zol pops us over the top. Defense gets called out, and then he goes to second. Defense again called out. You've got to commit, or at least play the shadow play. Both of them just went full ham at it, and never had the positioning. Went totally against them, and sort of purified drinking water game right now. And I just wanted to speak before. I've seen something on Facebook about, I don't know what it's called, right? But it's where these guys pretty much, the first one to laugh loses, and they do jokes, and they stare at each other, and it's the worst dad jokes ever. And pretty much the crappy joke, the worst joke, makes them laugh because just how ridiculously stupid it is. It's just a crap joke, but it makes them laugh. Purified drinking water, take out game number 2. What I'm trying to say there is, that was a crappy dad joke, and you made me laugh.
Yeah, well, you know, I do my best. Do my best with what I have, and I don't have much. So there you go.
You know, eventually when I meet you, my friend, we will have to do a video recording and just have some crappy puns and see who laughs first. It'll be epic watching.
It might be, but Chicago Land Champs just getting, it's just flat out getting shut out. I mean, they had a few shots, but nothing really productive happening here in Game 2. Biza, chat. I mean, what are you thinking? can Chicagoland champs, or technically future Chicagoland champs, can they come back here in Game 3 and potentially take this whole series? And I don't know what your thoughts are, Bison.
No. I don't think so.
Hard no coming from Biza.
It's a hard no. I'm not convinced with what I've seen so far.
Don't really get that too often from the Bize man. That didn't work out either.
Look, at the end of the day, I really want the guys to go to Game 7. Any match I want Game 7. Sure. But essentially, they have to be attacking, have to be strong. Now, Jakar and Leftical were all over in the matches that we've seen them in. They were just dominating. They were all over the top. And finally, we see something I want to say. Maybe you can change Biza's mind. They're probably listening going, no, Biza, we're in this. We get the first goal.
You know, one of those things. We're trying to debate if Caster's Curse really exists. And maybe they are listening, maybe they're not. But maybe that made them want to get that goal. Just quickly as possible. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I like underdog. When I say no, they tell me yes, then it happens. I shake my head. Up and down. Yes, good. Yes, thank you very much. Jakar.
Oh, what?
Jakar!
That was so brutal. Absolutely bodied the goalie. If this was hockey, he'd be in the penalty box for that one. But luckily, this isn't hockey. It's Rocket League. Too bad it didn't work out, because that would have been amazing.
Car coming off the back line. Zol downfield. We'll just wait for the moment. Brings it into the midfield. That would have been a connection play. Air held up at the moment. Zol. Now that's off the top. I just always sort of hold my breath when it comes off that top corner in front of the goals, because it comes down in the most lurking position and the goal is not set. It is in. Zol now. A chance. It's high off the corner. Comes down with a bounce. Air. It'll be an interesting touch to bring this one down. He angles. Brings it in front. Left kill has to go. Zol out of position. Able to boost himself back into it, but needs to boost to carry this one on. Air. Gets a little tilt forward. Actually works out for Zol. Now he sends it on. Now it's two double committal. Needs to be a pop and play off the backboard. It does come down, but a touch from Jakar. Smart.
Yeah, Jakar had a great touch on that. Just enough to knock it out of play. Now we'll have to see if he can rotate it out onto the offense. Air delaying the hit on that one, and it still just kind of stopped the ball. No advancement. Finally, a pass out to Zol. A shot coming out. Aaron Zol trying to make something happen here on the offensive end, but really, they can't make anything happen.
Car up. He does it himself, but he's wide incoming. It's left to call. Oh! What a save from Zol, and Air's going to get the return fire over the top, with the defense being caught out. It's tied up.
I like this. Air just with the carry. Sees an open net, doesn't slow down. A little bit of a flick to make sure Jakar can't get there. Leftical not rotating in time. Just the overcommit from the future Chicagoland champs bit them in the butt that time.
You talk about getting them in the game. That was a golden opportunity for them to go. They had it. And they did everything right. It was just a clutch at the end. They almost get it again, but this time Jakar has the angle, and he makes it work. They take the lead again.
Yeah, Jakar really woke up on this play. Is Leftical right out of the corner. That's one of those basic twos plays that a lot of people are able to block out, but Air was on the wrong side of the ball for that. Coming up on halftime, 2-1 here. Very exciting game.
Well, it's a couple game makers here. Jakar won. And I'm not sure about Zol. They're both pretty dangerous anyway. And good score, but Leftical. Very important factor as well. Needs to play the defense and play it well. This one goes up. It's going to turn it inside. Cannot be stopped. The equalizer back in his game. It's not going away from either team.
I'm kind of concerned here because Jakar was right there. I don't know if he just had a good beat on it. Maybe he thought it was going to go out. No, I take that back. His angle was just completely wrong on that. We are tied up at 2. Tough pill to swallow here for future Chicagoland champs. I'm pretty sure they want to go into Chicagoland, with a win, but maybe this will be a learning experience for them. Ooh, server lag. Hello.
It's funny how you get it. I got no server lag.
That awesome Aussie internet, I guess.
No, I don't know. I'm just lucky enough to have NBN, but still a fraction of speed of what should be sent through those lines. Anyways, we're not going to get into that. That's just another story for another day and about an hour worth of whinging in the infrastructure. That is Australia. Yes, Australians got some really good things to look forward to. Air with the drop. Jakarta. What's that, Jakarta? Jakar.
There it is.
Air will come through. Can't save Jakar. Puts that one on. I'm losing the plot.
We'll watch from Jakar's point of view. Zol trying to challenge, but Jakar timed it perfectly, and Air can't get there in time. Completely power slides out of it to make sure he gets blasted out of the net. And 3-2 here. The land champs.
I just wanted to shout out to Indonesia.
Yeah.
That's one of their places, Jakarta.
Oh, Jakarta. Yeah, of course. But
yeah.
I think you've been doing too much Rocket League Asia, buddy.
Yeah. I know. Sol with the ball. Sol with the goal.
Jakar? Hello?
You stole my heart.
So Jakar was just sitting in the net. Let me see here. Okay, he had rotated. I don't think he was expecting a shot to come in that fast. And had boost and everything. You know what? It is what it is. Happens sometimes. We are tied at 3, everybody.
And you totally cut me off as well.
Sorry.
Oh, well. I've said, Zol, you have my heart. You didn't pick it up. Anyways, it's there. 3-3 right now. It has been a game that is to and from. I don't think we got that one right either. Air on. Leftical out. Going wide. The tight game regardless has Zol in front of the danger zone. Now that is not what place you want to go, but Jakar doesn't punish. Oh, Leftical looks to go, but he's wide. And resets on. Air has the touch here, sends it straight down on target. Coming across Leftical has to save. Drops out in the corner and in time for a reset here. Zol dangerously now up the backboard. Zol has the line, in it goes!
And again, Jakar with the not great placement here. Leftical did not get a great clear on this either, as he decided to flip into the ball, but Zol passed to himself. Jakar with the odd flip sort of aerial thing happening. Sometimes their defensive positioning baffles me.
Leftical pops this one up, looking for the left side. Yeah, just not budging, but this will give Jakar the chance. And again, it's tied up. I don't think no one's going to get away from this game. And then we'll give Ninja Rider to do his infamous overtime call, perhaps.
What?
We don't know. 25 seconds remaining.
I'm trying to figure out if these 4 players are in comms and just they're trying to make it as hype as possible with these odd plays. I don't know. Maybe it's getting late for him.
I kind of expected this to be the way it is. It's like into game 3, it starts to get more intense.
Oh!
They're starting to do some really crazy stuff like that. We've seen a beauty save so far in this series by Leftical. Oh, this is a chance. Jakar! Oh!
Can't get there. Leftical. Air, no!
Oh! A zero-hero goal for Jakar, and Leftical helping them out. Look at it. Oh, right on the buzzer beater.
Spies' favorite goal right there, the 0-hero goal for sure. Taking this one and the first game in the series here, a best of 7, and finally future Chicago Land champs put themselves on the board.
Well, I said no. Maybe now.
Maybe now. Nice.
I think if they can pull the next game and go equal, momentum's such a strong thing, and the one thing I know about Jakar is he loves to score. When he goes off, he goes nuts. He has got another 5-bagger in tonight's tournament, and he had that. Where did he have the 5 goals? He had the 5 goals against Legends United, and we did see him. We did see him in the quarters as well, and I think he would have bagged a 3 or 4. So he's a player not shy of scoring goals, and he loves a big ton. If he can continue to dominate like that, Purified Drinking Water need to watch out.
I'm trying to figure out if Purified Drinking Water's reverse osmosis machine may have busted there in the last minute or so, because they just seem to just not be the same team that we were seeing in the first 2 games.
Yep.
So we'll have to see if the LAN champs, the future LAN champs, can make it happen here in Game 4, or if Purified Drinking Water can take this one and extend their lead.
Well, it went back and forth. And that was the thing. It went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There was no real game lead. It came down to the 0 second of that game. It means Chicago have stepped it up, but Purified Drinking Water are not out of this match. They haven't really reciprocated, or sort of, I'm looking for a word here, they haven't given it up. It's to say that this whole start strong, and probably that's what they needed to do off the retaliation of the end goal then.
Probably a little bit. I'm sure that felt good there. Zol found himself in a great spot, using a nice little power shot to slam it home. I don't think anybody was expecting that.
Oh, did you get that? I certainly got it.
The lag spike?
I'll take that as yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Aussie net being his best. And I got it again.
That's really weird. As Leftical is going to miss this save. Jakar did not get a great touch on the clear here. Off the backboard, trying to throw it in the corner. Just too much power. Zol reading that well. I have to admit, that is a great touch. The far side upper 90.
It's a nice goal when I could see it. It went from defense to the upper 90. That's all I saw.
Ah, that's weird. Are you good now?
I'm good now. It's all right. And looks like we've got an absolute ripper of a host dropped on us, so we need to find out who that is. So shout out to the guys who've hosted. Thank you very much. That
was Big Man Dapper. My man.
Big Man Dapper.
My
Cheers.
man, my LA pro.
Thank you very much, Dapper. As we head into this game number 4, we're in the final right now. The future Chicago LAN champs taking on Purified Drinking Water. Is the NA 2v2 Gfinity, 60 pounds on the line, and here's a shot from Zol. And looking to go. Jakar blocks again, parking the bus in front of the goals. Leftical. Now want to bring this inside, brought off the corner. And it will come out a metre before in front of goals. That angle's savage, but too much. Zol cutting across the field. Can be challenged by Leftical that gets there first before Air could get going. Before Zol could get going. Air comes across. Now set up Jakar. Soft touch required here. Zol gets up, clears far side, and off they go again.
Really back and forth play coming out here in the midfield. Nobody allowing too much to happen except for that shot right there. The double commit from Leftical and Jakar was very dangerous. Leftical luckily stayed back to make sure it doesn't happen. A shot on net will happen. It's not a shutout anymore. They're going to try to tie it up here with 3:08 left.
Okay, so Air got forward on that play. Zol was heading out wide. I don't know, I'm not sure. It's a great shot from Leftical, but Zol, instead of going out wide, because I could see he was going out for boost, he didn't just go straight down the line. If he went straight down the line, he would have had a chance to intercept that ball going down and stop that potential goal. But in saying that, Jakar was already waiting for it in the corner. So I think that was a gimme. It was pretty much going to be a goal guaranteed. They're able to get themselves one. At the moment, 2-1 scoreline, under 3 minutes remaining. Game number 4, best of 7. A shot from Air, superb.
Shot from Air was definitely superb as Zol here just kind of setting it up here. Actually got hit by Leftical, and Air flipping into the ball. Jakar trying to get back. I think Jakar was going for some boost. I didn't quite see exactly what happened with him, but found himself in an okay position to try to make the save, just cannot get there in time. 3-1 now, coming up on halftime. Is Leftical off the kickoff? No, Zol with a great save towards his own corner. Unfortunately, it will net them nothing. As Air gathers it up. Set up, nope. Fake, set up, nope. Not going to work out in the blue corner here. Biza, we've hit halftime, and it's been a heck of a game as Reverse Osmosis has taken the early lead. I'm trying to figure out if LAN Champs can take it back, but it really seems like Purified Drinking Water is kind of on it right now.
Zol being patient with the attack. Want to try and bait out the players and get essentially a 1v1 or even a return over the top. Now this is interesting. Leftical's getting an open goal here. They're sort of mucking around in the defense zone, and I think Zol here was looking to try and block the ball, and he did. And then on this point, just couldn't get back to save. Flipped a bit too early. Leftical comes in, and essentially no one supermaning cross goal, which means it's open, and pulls up a second. They're coming back into this right now.
Definitely coming back in here, and I'm trying to figure out if the play has changed a little bit. But I think so. Oh, Leftical comes in screaming for the save. Biza, this is edge of your seat stuff here.
Yeah, with the demo. Second effort, Leftical. Whoa. Potential chance for him. Now Zol has mucked around with this. Carl, close. Leftical should be able to put this down air with the touch. Pretty much sandwiched between the player and the crossbar. Able to bring this back in. Actually, he's not. Jakar challenges him. Zol turns it over. This should be a Leftical clearance. It's downfield now. Just needs to pop over the top. The doink. The dapper doink. Oh, that would have been awesome. But not to be. Leftical flips out of the point here. Jakar. Not enough time to get the 1v1 play, getting around the player, or even lifting the ball. Zol now is going to put it on target. That is great. Shot puts in the fourth. Top upper 90. Yeah, baby. That's how you do it.
Look at this Zol just reading the play here as Leftical turned himself around, and that just stops the whole defense from happening. I don't think Leftical was expecting Zol to be there. Zol, being the aggressive player that he is, will obviously take advantage of that, extend the lead a little bit. But with only a minute left, it might be enough.
Leftical flying up. Hits the player out as well. Jakar coming forward. 45. 2 goals down here. Chicago Land Champs. Potentially don't want to go down 2 games. They want to bring this back and tie it up right now. 2-1 in the series. Popped out the side. Time being baited out. It's probably not what they're looking for here, the Land Champs. They're looking to go. Ball comes across. Clearance there. Jakar again, the challenge. Oh, this is beautiful. Turns it inside. Jakar lurking ever so slightly in the box. And pops up at the right time.
Right there, yeah. And that's going to be Zol. Just completely whiffing on that Jakar clear. Or he actually didn't whiff. It forced a squirt out to the other side. But Zol found himself on the other side of the field and could not rotate back to make anything happen. And, of course, error with kind of just the misplay. Leftical, he's up for it.
Kick-off goal.
No. Still there.
Jakar's going to play this up. Oh! Oh! So close. Air's going to carry this down. Leftical. Oh, it's going to have to go off the backboard now. This is hard. Boost and a whole length of field. Air's going to cut that off. Jakar can't stop it. He does get the touch, but the angle of the drop was too insane for him. It's purified drinking water. They pick up game number 4. That's 3 for them. They are on tournament point right now.
They are definitely on tournament point right now, and they're playing quite well. Although future Chicago Land Champs really came back there at the end. Purified drinking water really just... They just need to play their game at this point. There really isn't too much else that they need to do. And the only thing that needs to change in this whole matchup is the future Chicago Land Champs. They need to really speed their stuff up and get things moving here in game... Well, I guess it's going to be game 5 now. Who knew? Caster counting.
Well, I like it that we're going to game number 5. It's been a pretty good battle so far, but the future Chicago Land Champs, just they're starting to get those chances. But again, it's just that defense that's on song, blocking a lot, coming in, saving. You said to yourself, you're like, oh my goodness, like, wow, I can't believe what's going on. So, and the boys, well, they're going to give us a lightning storm just to keep this this game from starting. I think they're going to be able to trick it out. Hopefully, they're waiting for him to get in. Yep, he's in. Yep, he's in. So let's go.
All right.
Gets himself back into the game. I think it may be a card change coming into it.
Oh, I didn't see that happening. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even tried to go into spectate mode or anything. I would have waited.
Look, I'm not sure if it's a change. I haven't been paying that much attention, honest.
To be honest with you, I have not either. I don't believe there was a change.
No, just probably maybe a drop out.
Maybe.
Timeout and been brought back into it. Regardless, right now, Purified Drinking Water, a chance to win the £60 and a 2v2 crown for this Friday night action here, NA.
Oh.
Visor and Ninja Rider with the call. This is sent out. Zol, open goal. First goal once again.
I like this right here. Purified drinking water, getting this first goal, trying to establish the dominance as quickly as possible. Zol with a great read. I think that ball grazed the ceiling, so that would have been a tough play as he was already up.
Overlay.
I have a feeling this is going to be really close. Future Chicago Land Champs have their work cut out for them. They need to speed up their play and get to that ball as quickly as possible.
Left to call up. Fences down right now. Jakar. Air with the movement.
Oh!
And brings it in. Nicely done. I'll just get Ninja Rider to have a quick look at his overlay as Air brings this one in.
What in the world?
A nice little turn here. Finishing it off. Second goal. Tell you what, they're on track.
That's weird. The overlay didn't load in. Gotta love OBS sometimes, you know what I mean?
Mm. Tell me about it. That's why I don't use it. Well, Ninja, we're a minute down, 2 goals straight away to the purified drinking water.
Yeah.
They're on track for a pretty big game and to end this tournament.
They're on a pretty decent track. Zol is trying some new things, and I like what he's doing. Just being generally aggressive. Although Air does need to kind of back him up when he's doing that stuff. And he just did. Jakar taking one for the team on that play. Oh. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Oh! Zol with the save!
This is what I've been talking about in terms of defensive structure. When there's no one online, they just throw a car at it and they get the saves every time. Zol and Air have been dangerous, and they're not going to be able to stop this one. Left to go, finally gets some pace, comes down, turns the angle of the car, puts in the first goal for his team.
Now look at this, Zol rotating back, anticipating a shot, and just didn't quite read it quite enough. Left goal, threw some speed at it for sure, so it was definitely going to be hard to block anyways. 2-1 now, with plenty of time left in the game for the future Chicago Land Champs to score one. Oh!
Oh, you make me angry. That should have been a goal.
Easy, Paisa. Easy, Paisa.
Don't get aggro, Bizer. Should have been a goal. Come on. You're in a final right now. That is clutch. Got to make it happen. Opportunities need to count. They're going to get a chance again, but there's 2 players coming in for the block. It's Air that saves. Jakar back on the D. And he's whipped past the first one. Zol brings it back in goal.
Great play coming out here from Zol and Air. Zol with the slow plays here at Jakar. Not expecting this little bit of a slow play one's style. Zol had to scramble out of the way to make sure he was out of the way of the shot, because that would have been, well, that would have generally just sucked if he blocked out his own teammate's shot.
Look, there's still a chance here. Still a chance for the future Chicago Land Champs, but just it's just off this play. They get pulled out every single time, and sort of when they go forward now, this has to be one.
Oh, no!
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. See ya, bye.
Paisa is just having a hard time here with the missed shots. I mean, it happens, you know. Jakar is definitely a little bit off his game tonight, or not even tonight, because he did make it to the finals, but just in this game, he's just not connecting with the shots that he should have. This game should be tied up right now, but just based off of
that's pressure, really,
the post reaching out. Zol gonna knock this in to extend their lead a little bit and force Jakar to possibly even get a little bit tilted.
Well, Zol puts in the 4 for his team. They're running away with this at the moment. It should have been essentially a 4-3 scoreline. Jakar's opportunity's gone begging. And one thing we know about these high-stakes games, if you can't put in these opportunities, especially what should be goals, it completely bites you in the butt. And I'll tell you right now, this is a clutch game. They have to perform. 1:30, essentially 90 seconds left in this. They need to score.
No, they need to score now, and Jakar knows that, so he's trying to apply the offensive pressure as much as he can. But Air and Zol definitely have something to say about that. They're probably just going to keep it smooth, keep it calm, and if they can get a goal, they will. But that's it. We're coming up here on a minute left, and the future Chicago Land Champs may not be a champion tonight.
Jakar off the back. Sol sends it on. Leftical. Now with some control. Under a minute. Jakar works it in there, getting the goal. They've got the seconds. About time. Still a chance for these boys.
Maybe that's what he needed. Jakar needed that little bit of a harder goal to make sure that it goes in. Then again, it was sort of open net. Defense wasn't all the way back for sure. This might be the comeback that they are looking for to force Game 6. I had to check my notes there for a second.
Ball's over the top. Air and Zol both aggressive here. If they can get it over the back, it'll be highly advantageous, but it doesn't work out. Demo from Leftical onto Air. Stops the forward line attack. Zol bumps Jakar out of the way. Zol looking to turn inside. The ball too far away. Looks to come off the backboard. Leftical downfield. Air, last 18 here. Need 2 quick fire goals for the boys of Chicago Land Champs. They're on the wrong side right now. Going to go downfield, but Air, no, he's going to hold this up. Zol looking to go. Jakar saves this one, but essentially the game is done, ladies and gentlemen. Your champions for tonight are the purified drinking water. Absolute dominant display. They take it pretty much 4-1 results in the 5th. Good game by the boys.
Good game by everybody. Chicago, the future Chicago Land Champs, definitely not champions tonight, but I think they put up a decent showing. Jakar, a little bit of tough pill to swallow there, as he did miss a couple of goals that could have made at least this game much closer. But really, that reverse osmosis was working hard. I do want to thank Abstract Logic for that pun. Thank you very much, sir. I will be using that the next time I see it.
Oh, there you go. So, look, we can't take it away from purified drinking water. I think they've had an absolute tournament tonight, a beauty of a tournament. They worked hard throughout their matches and really dominated as well. At the end, they're sort of holding their own. And look, ESL Monthly Elite and a RLCS Season 2 contender. 2 tags worth showing off.
Yeah.
Jakar and Leftical. I think these guys had a good tournament as well, but it just come down to this final. Really couldn't grasp their play style of what they need to counter with purified drinking water with Zol. It really started to get into real tricky positions for them, and at the point we do expect Jakar to sort of step up and score, and he had a monster game where he got himself 5 goals, but to carry that throughout, he needed his teammate to help him out a lot. And then at the end there was 2 opportunities which, obviously I got a little bit salty over it, but to be honest, when you come down to the clutch games, have to put those in. And he'll be kicking himself at that opportunity. He'll be like, we could have tied that game up, or we could have won it. We could have been, obviously back and fighting our way through to the 7th with those opportunities. But that was pretty much what got him in the end, is just not finishing off what should have been easy goals.
G-Bear in the chat is asking if there's any price with saying this one was the 2v2. It is put on by Gfinity, so it's in pounds. 60 British pounds.
60 pounds.
We figured that out once. It didn't work out to be about $100, 100 US-ish.
Yeah, usually it's double Australian to pounds. So yeah, it's about 100-ish USD.
Something like that. It's close. I know it changes obviously, but I do also want to mention Science Guy 13 in the chat. Ninja Rider using the bronzer. No, dude, I work outside. Yeah, that's why I look so dang tan.
Yeah, and I've got a real white fluoro light on me, so I look really pale. Mind you, I could go outside and just get the reflective things, whatever they call them, and just sit in the sun, bathe in it.
I mean, you could.
Skin cancer all the way. Oh, I could go stand outside for 5 minutes. I'll come back and look like Ninja Rider, guaranteed.
Probably yes. I do want to thank Zol and Air for coming out and playing tonight. They put on quite a show for us, and of course Jakar, Samson, and Leftical. Always great games coming out from those guys, and I want to thank Aztrex and Gumsky for putting on a heck of a show against the future Chicago Land Champs, and Curveball, the other semifinalist, King Wizard and Laz, putting on a great show. I mean, really, it's been some pretty excellent 2v2 Rocket League. Some of these guys put on a clinic. And Biza, I don't know if you were entertained, but I certainly was.
I was on the edge of my seat. Definitely. It was good to see the guys come over from Dapper as well into the grand final. Missed the previous games, but then again, go hit that video tab and watch the replay if you've got nothing else to do. Go watch some of that. There was actually some pretty big stuff happening along the lines. But yeah, look, it's good to see the repeat teams from, when's the last time we had it, Cast? It was about over a month ago. We're seeing the boys back in, and it's really good to see, Gumsking Asterix and Legends United. They were an Xbox team, and they've gone out and brought PCs.
Yeah.
And we've just had a look at their gameplay. It's amazing. Like, it's stepped up the next level that what we expected to, purely because they're now on PC. And we do think it's the console over to the PC is a better change at the end of the day, but you don't know. Like, you don't know until an Xbox team goes into LAN and dominates, and you're like, well, maybe it's not. Maybe the players just PC is where it's at. Well, generally because you play a rink on it. So,
well, right.
Anyways,
the other thing too is
I'm waffling on.
Going into LAN and going into these tournaments, you're pretty much going to have to be PC. That's just the way it works. So you might as well start getting used to it if you're going to try to make a run for it, for sure. But I do want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank Dapper for the big host. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate that. And I want to thank Biza. Wrong side. It's that side. For coming out tonight. And today
Are you
for
pointing
him.
to the wrong side? Am I pointing the right side? I don't know.
No, you're
that
not.
Way?
No, it's the other way.
No, that way.
Yeah, it's
that way.
always the
that
other
way.
way. There you go, yeah.
Yeah. It's always the opposite. Yeah.
It's so cringy every time we do that. Anyways,
What?
thank you for coming out.
To the right. To the right.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. Big thanks to the Gfinity admins. They were in the chat today. Say hi to them. And as always, you guys are the reason why we do this. Have a good evening, everybody. You've been watching Gfinity NA 2v2 on Rocket League Central live on twitch.tv.